As time slips like the earth moving away and planets are small like balls of clay, the stories of early Hawaii hip hop and those who experienced it start to fade. One legend, a myth, a name always tends to make its way to the front of these stories. The cream always rises to the top, they say. From his early days discovering popping and locking on an Ewa Beach baseball field to jet setting around the world as a touring dancer and in countless music videos. Then transitioning that natural rhythm to a set of turntables, DJing in Hollywood. I finally chased him down. Now living in Hawaii, the mystical hip-hop oracle, the Yeti, Harold Too Swift Enanoria. What's up, Harold?
What's up, man? What's up?
Finally stoked to get you here, my man.
Happy to be here, man.
As I was coming up the ranks in hip-hop, asking questions, always wanting to know who was before, who was the original. Your name always seemed to come up. Too Swift. Then Harold. Then I'd be like, oh, Harold Too Swift? They're like, yeah, that's who you got to talk to. Oh, that was the guy that was this, that. So I was like, oh, man, that's one of the guys I need to get when I started ALANUI MELE to help, build the foundation of this podcast and help push the history of Hawaii, into the future. So super stoked to have you here.
Yeah, that's why I'm here, man. I'm here.
Let's get into how did you get your name Too Swift?
Started off from my breakdancing days. It was originally Swift Rock.
Okay.
And I don't know how it changed over. I think it was because, when tagging and graffitiing was in, it was just shorter to do. So, I switched it to Too Swift, and then that was my dance name, all in LA and everything. And then once I slid over to DJing, I just kept the name.
Did you ever do graffiti? I know you wrote Slick and that's your boy.
I could tag probably better than graffiti. I left that to Slick.
Yeah.
But believe it or not, I did get arrested one time at Highlands Intermediate. But we won't go into that.
Yeah. Awesome. So let's talk about your first experiences with hip hop. Well, it's hard to say hip hop because back when you first experienced it, there wasn't these four elements. It wasn't breaking. It wasn't breaking. It wasn't b-boy. It wasn't DJ. It wasn't all these things combined to one.
No.
What was your first experience with? I guess let's just go back to popping, locking, dance.
Well, I think the roots of it all pretty much starts off with the music.
Right.
So back then it started off with roller skating rinks.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, there were 3 roller skating rinks that I remember. One in Waipahu, one in Pro City, and one in town. The one in Waipahu, I think, was called Skate World, and then Pro City's one was called Skateland.
Skateland.
Yeah.
And you grew up in what area?
I bounced back and forth between Aiea and Ewa Beach. So, basically it all started off with me going to roller skating rinks.
What was it about the roller skating rings that kind of...
The music. Straight up the music.
And what was some of the music?
Back then that's where Parliament just came out, Flashlight, Roller Coaster.
What year is this we talking about?
This literally had to be late 79, 80, I want to say. Because that's kind of when all the music just came out. Sometimes I pretty much try to gauge what year the music came out.
Right.
So that a lot of times when I try to figure out, what year was that and stuff, I go to the music and I look,
right.
1980.
Yeah.
And, so that's kind of how I go based on that. But yeah, basically the roller skating rinks were playing all the real stuff. And at the beginning, I didn't even know how to roller skate, but I was just there for the music.
Right.
And then once I learned to roller skate, I started doing my little boogieing on roller skates.
How old were you then?
I was probably in 4th grade, 5th grade. Yeah.
So you're tagging along with your sister?
Yeah, they hated that. They hated that. They called me to tag along. But that was the only way they could go out.
Right. Oh, yeah.
They had to bring me. But I'm thankful for that because, I got to hear all the music and stuff. But moving along, so that's kind of what got me into it. And then, I was locking also. And I didn't even know it was called locking.
Right.
I would see it on TV. I remembered there was a show called The Big Show.
Okay.
And Shabadu, the one that was on breaking, he was on it. So he would do all this kind of dancing. And I was like, wow, that's some cool stuff. So next thing you know, I would just be in front of the mirror, just practicing all these moves. So yeah, I could lock a little bit, and I
So
remember.
your introduction to locking came from whatever television shows.
Yeah, just whatever shows. And again, it was all just more about the feel of music.
Right.
Like I said, I didn't even know it was called locking. I just kind of watched these things, and then I remembered 6th grade I had one dance contest,
Okay.
and I remembered I even did this move. I went jump on the chair, and
Yeah.
I went spin and landing in splits, and I started locking.
Oh.
And everybody came running up to me like, wow, that's cool. How you did that? What is that? And I was like, I don't know. I just kind of feel it.
Yeah.
But then right then and there is when I kind of realized, hey, maybe I can dance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe,
Yeah.
But yeah, it was kind of the most it was like,
Was anybody else doing? Did you
no, nobody. I mean,
meet anybody else or
not in my
see
school
anybody
because
else?
come on, I'm like, 5th grade, 6th grade.
What elementary school was that?
Alva Scott.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But yeah, it wasn't like I was going out
Yeah,
or anything.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but that kind of gave me the confidence of like, wow, and then because I could roller skate as well, so I kind of started doing locking on roller skates and stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
So that was like the first phase, like the introduction pretty much to just the music.
Right.
So somewhere down the line, popping just kind of crept in.
Yeah.
And I remembered like the first time I actually kind of witnessed it in action, it was at Evo Beach softball tournament.
Was this
Yeah.
your sister's tournament or?
No. Because, I used to bounce back and forth. So I would go stay with my dad
Yeah.
at Evo Beach. So one day, we just walk across because what
Okay.
else going on in
Oh,
Evo
okay.
Beach? So I walk across and, checking out the softball tournaments. And then I look over across the field and get one crowd going on. So I go over
On
there.
the softball field.
But on the way on the other end.
Yeah, like in the
So I
corner.
walk all the way over there. Right, these guys all just popping challenge, just jumping in and out the
Was
circle.
it local guys? Was
Local
it brothers?
guys,
Oh,
local
local
guys, right.
guys.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
You know?
And what age were you then?
I had
Like
to
6th
be
grade, 7th grade, maybe?
probably like 7th grade
Wow. Okay.
because that was my first kind of witnessing it like leaking out. And this is in Evo Beach,
Yeah.
so this isn't even in
So they was
town
battling with slippers then.
yet.
Barefoot.
Slippers, shorts, cut
Yes.
shirts back then.
Oh, let's
you know what
go.
I mean? And just any kind of moves, but they just
Right.
challenging.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
all about
Yeah.
oh.
Was there a boombox? And
Yeah, of
Okay.
course. Boomboxes
Yeah.
everywhere. Boomboxes
right.
was that was like tradition.
then what song? Do you remember the songs I was playing at all? Was
Had
it pretty
to.
much the same?
With the same bracket. I remember Humpin'. Gap Band was
nice.
one of the big songs then. What is that? Double Dutch Bus, bro.
Okay, that
Double
makes
Dutch
sense,
Bus. Those are the kind of songs when I hear them, it
Yeah.
makes me think of those kinds. So
So you're there. You see the cipher, the battle going on. You peek your head in, and you're like,
I'm like, bruh, I need to do
"This
this.
is it."
So next thing you know, I start going home in the
Okay.
mirror, just,
Whatever,
any kind, yeah.
whatever you remember from that battle.
Right. So I remembered, so at that moment, I lived in Aliomanu for a little
Okay.
bit. So I went to Pearl Harbor Elementary. And then when I went to Aliomanu, 7th grade, that is where I started seeing like some serious popping.
Okay.
Because had a lot of military kids
Yeah,
and stuff in
yeah.
there. So that's where it's like it really came full circle. And
What year was this? You think?
Brian, I'm not gonna go through years.
Yeah,
It's gonna reveal my age.
that's okay, bro. You're only 25,
No,
bro.
no. So it had to be, it had to be okay. And again, I'm kind of judging it off of the music. It had to be like 82, 83. Just guesstimates.
Yeah, so you had a Leo Manu. You see more people.
More, yeah,
Is it
yeah,
popping
because that
and
plan-
locking? Popping and locking.
No, this is when popping
Popping.
was full-fledged coming in and everybody was doing it. But I remembered like the first challenges I seen in Aliomanu.
Okay.
I remember one guy's name. Wow, it just popped into my name in my head. His name was Sheldon.
Okay.
And yeah, I remember, but he was a military kid and he would challenge a lot of the local brothers.
Yeah.
And the thing that was so cool about popping was no matter how intense and everything it would get, would have no beefs, bro.
Right.
Like, these guys, when they going at it, they look like they hate each other.
Yeah.
But bro, after it's all said and done, they come up respect, brother.
Yeah.
They shake hands, you know.
Right,
Boom.
right.
On to the next one. But
So you was in no cruise at that time? You
no
were just
cruise, bro. I'm
just
just kind of sliding in.
Yeah.
And I remembered, so like some of the first poppers I seen, I remember the names. Teddy Pantel, Warren, I forget his last name, but all these guys in Aliamanu Intermediate was called Intermediate then.
Yeah, not middle school.
So so all these guys was poppers, and I remember before school would start, we'd be across the street at Sizzlers, and everybody would be challenging and all that.
Oh, Sizzlers.
So after school, my mother still lived in Aiea by Pearl Ridge. So I remember catching a bus, go Pearl Ridge, and had one record store in there. I can't remember the name of the record store. I remember it was back then we called them Phase 2.
Okay.
With the two sides of Pearl Ridge. Phase 1, Phase 2. I remember I stay looking at music, and every time we would tell the ladies, "Oh, can you play this song? Can you play it?" While we stay looking for music. So I'll never forget this. I looking at music, and next thing you know, Yo Bro and Peoples, come on, don't stop the music.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I look up, bro, get this one guy, Dennis, and his brother, Frankie Rice. Frankie Rice, boom, calls out Dennis. Bro, I'm just kind of like,
You didn't know them at that time.
I never know them at that time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Back then, you couldn't really tell who was poppers and not.
Yeah.
Because everyone was doing it.
Yeah.
So I remember then I look up and I'm like, oh, damn, these guys is challenging right in here.
Oh, nice.
Next, I look up, bro, on the railings, get all people watching, get one big circle around outside, like one huge crowd, bro. And these guys challenging.
Just two guys.
Two guys just challenging. Yeah, because, I guess like in the talk in school was, hey, bro, Frankie Rice, like challenge you. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So these guys, but I'm just watching this unfold, and I look up and I'm looking, one huge crowd, bro.
Like on the Thunderdome.
It was like it was like beyond Thunderdome type stuff. Like just everybody watching. And that's what's wild about it, because, this kind of dancing just drew
Right. Yeah.
crowds. And this is pre,
everything.
social media and all that. This is all just people walking by like, oh,
Did those guys go to Aliamanu too, or you just...
No, it was,
How'd you end up
no,
meeting...
they went to Aiea, I think so.
okay.
They were all going to Aiea, yeah.
So they're a little older.
They're a little bit older, yeah.
And you're just there.
I'm just there, like, because I would always go there for the music,
yeah.
cassette tapes, records.
Records.
But I look up and I'm like, oh, damn, this is going down.
Oh, nice.
Right. So this is like literally like the infant stages of, where popping was really coming. So boom, that was like my first intro. Like, whoa, this is for real.
Yeah.
So I remembered going to, I went to like a graduation party in Pacific Palisades. And had these guys, they just kind of mess around doing popping routine. They were older guys, but they was just literally just playing around kind.
Yeah.
So my sister tells them, oh yeah, my brother can pop like that. So one of my other friends, Sean Chavez, and he's Bomb Squad.
Okay.
OG Bomb Squad. Sean Chavez and Michael Denif. My sister tells them, yeah, my brother can pop just like that. They go, oh yeah? Okay, bro, you got to come with us one time.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, cool. So.
And you were still at 7th grade?
Yeah. I'm like probably in between, 7th grade. 7th grade, maybe even between 7th and 8th grade. So they go, bro, you got to come with us one night. We can cruise around. I go, okay, shoots. So I'll never forget this because, this is like my first, So we're walking around Palisades at night.
Palisades? Who'd have thought Palisades?
Palisades, bro. We walked everywhere.
Right.
Scale the whole mountain, everything, bro. So we walk up to this one group, get a couple guys on the corner.
Yeah.
They go on boombox. They roll up to them, Sean and Michael.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, my friend can pop. They go, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, it was Michael and Paul Gennady.
Oh, okay.
From Foot Rock Bunch.
Wow.
I don't even think they remember this.
Right.
But I remember them. So anyways, they go, yeah, brother here can pop. So they go, oh, yeah. Boom. They play the boom box. When About 3 Ounce comes on.
Oh, nice.
boom, I just started doing California ticks. Boom, boom. They're like tripping out. They're
Right,
like,
right.
oh, bro. They even call it out. Oh, California tick. Right. Next thing you know, we say challenging, full on kind. When it's all said and done, same thing, bro. They come up to me. They go, bro, you got this, bro. So, boom, we walk to another corner.
It's all in Palisades.
Bro, this is when popping was just, everyone was doing it. It was like, it's so infectious.
It was like viral.
Viral in the
Beyond
sense before,
viral.
beyond viral, because everybody was doing it. Bro, I got to the point where bus stops was the spot.
Yeah.
I remember back then they go, oh yeah, Central Intermediate, the bus stop over there, bro. All the challenges go down. Bro, Washington Intermediate, the bus stops over there.
Yeah.
Ala Moana, bus stops. Pearl Ridge, bus stops.
Yeah.
Bro, next thing you know, I'll never forget this because this still...
Wait, real quick. Back to Palisades. Did they take you to another place to battle?
Yeah, we would walk to different corners and that's...
In Palisades just to battle?
Yeah, just challenging. Because we'd have guys with their boom box just practicing themselves.
Wow. So through that Palisade, I guess, battle gauntlet, then all of a sudden you became friends with those guys and like became a crew?
Oh, yeah.
Or?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It come full circle, you know, intertwines. Like, I never see Michael and Paul, like I said, all the way around until when breaking came out.
Okay.
But I remembered, I never forget that. That was like my first full-fledged, like just roll up and challenge.
That's kind of unheard of now.
Yeah.
So you're seeing at bus stops. So I remember Jamal talking about the sign. That one sign, he said, hey, you like challenge. They
The
put up your
sign
hand.
was like this.
Yeah, what's the
Right,
sign?
you walk out on bus stop and you see guys that look like poppers. You go, guess what? Challenge. Right, everybody would be like,
Right.
that challenge.
Oh, serious?
Exactly, that was the call.
Okay.
And it's like, bring it on,
then it's just on.
Bring it on. So, I will never forget this one. So, by then, popping is just, bro, everybody was doing it. In all schools, we'd go different schools, everything. So, Pearl Ridge was for like Leeward side. Ala Moana was for town side. Okay. So, I remember just word of mouth. You know the canal, right? That goes right in between Pearl Ridge. That goes straight through Pearl Ridge.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
canal. Okay, so back then was also kind of one skateboarding spot.
Right, yeah.
Never have no bushes or nothing
Yeah,
inside.
yeah.
It was just concrete. So because we used to get kicked out from security at Pearl Ridge, we would say, hey, we'll go take it to the canal.
Yeah.
Okay. So boom, you know, start off small kind, couple groups here and there.
Right.
One day, I don't know how this happened, bro. Just word of mouth. And again, this is what impresses me the whole, that whole period is because never have no social media, nothing.
Yeah.
Everything was word of mouth. Bro, we went down to the canal this one day. I'm telling you, literally had almost like 1,000 people. It looked like one concert going on down there. And bro, if anybody out there remembers this, please holla. Because it almost feels like I was dreaming on this kind of...
Right.
It looked like something out of, I don't know if you remember the movie Warriors.
Yeah.
Different crews all dressed, just like they was going into one contest, was like that serious.
What was people like? I never talked about this other aspect. What were people wearing in that time?
Okay.
What was the dress code?
The dress
That's a good
code for
question.
popping back then was, I remember it, was Bogart not jeans, Bogart baggies.
Okay.
Bogart baggies, members only jacket. If you had on jobber's hat, and they had these Velcro shoes called Turtles, and I had all those.
Okay, what is the jobber's hat for those?
Jobber's hat, it was like the painter's hat with the flaps on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and the shoes, or if you never have Turtles,
Right.
the other shoes was the checkerboard Vans.
Okay, Turtles was a brand or?
Turtles was a brand. And if I could ever find those shoes, bro, those are like vintage now.
And then those pants was a brand too.
Pants was,
What brand was it you said?
Kotler was the brand. Wow. Damn, my long-term memory is pretty stellar, but my short-term memory,
Yeah.
but
That was like
which
the
no
uniform.
makes sense.
Yeah.
But
That was kind of the uniform for
that was
poppers.
the uniform. So that's So if you seen somebody wearing that,
And did
challenge,
the sign, yeah.
boom, it's on. It's on.
Because somebody had a boombox, guarantee.
Everybody, I had boombox.
Yeah.
Those are all the telltale signs. You know what I mean? Telltale signs is, they get the boombox, they wearing the fit and all that. And if you were for real, you get your crew on the back of your jacket.
Of the members only jacket?
Members only jacket. Yeah, we would iron them on or whatever kind jackets,
So Pro Ridge,
Pro
in the
Ridge,
ditch,
bro,
in the canal,
literally had like
thousands of
20
people.
groups all rolled down there, and challenges went on.
So
And
how did-
I remember
so-
it even had the security and had cops, and
Just
it was just
watching.
watching. Yeah, making sure, But again, no trouble
no
whatsoever,
violence.
bro. And to this day, I cannot believe like that kind of stuff went down.
Yeah.
All word of mouth. Okay, so
So wait, when these challenges happen, like word of mouth, I'm sure going throughout all the schools, whatever.
yeah.
They meet up Pro Ridge. How did it? So it's like one crew just steps up and battle, and then the
I
next.
mean, yeah, basically all just crews, I guess, and then word of mouth says, okay, yeah, we go and challenge this crew down there.
Yeah.
And then, oh yeah, we wanted to challenge this crew going down there.
yeah.
So, again, I don't know how these things just happen.
And no beefs.
No beefs, bro.
Wow.
And had all walks of life, bro. All walks of life. Samoans, Hawaiians, Filipinos, everybody. And that's the other amazing thing that I love about hip hop in general is bringing all these cultures together
Yeah.
for one thing. All about the dance, all about the
So
music.
Pro Ridge was a spot for West Side. Ala Moana was a spot.
Yeah.
Bus stops just speculative.
Right. So the next phase of all that was, and again, I don't know how I found out about this. I remembered having this flyer, and if I could ever find this flyer, if I recall, somebody had them and would post them, but it was a Waikiki shell.
Oh.
The Waikiki shell pop off.
Pop off.
I remember I was on drawing, and you know what is funny?
Who drew it?
The drawing, I don't know who drew them. The drawing was one popper
Okay.
with the jobber's hat, with the freaking members only jacket, with the baggies and the checkerboard shoes.
Checkerboard shoes.
So I'll never forget this. And I trying to gauge the year. It had to be, I want to say 83, 82.
And this was like Hawaii's
82 to 84.
first big.
Yeah. And
popping
again,
event.
I don't know who put it on.
Yeah.
Again, I don't even know how I ended up
There.
And again, so I'm real young.
Right.
So I don't even know how I got the permission to go through this.
Yeah.
Mom, if you're watching, I don't know, maybe I just went. but I didn't even know how I got the permission and everything. But again, it's just like it was yesterday. I'll never forget getting off the bus. I got off the bus on Waikiki Walls.
Right.
Okay. I got off that bus, and when I got off the bus, I look at Waikiki Walls, and they had freak sets going on.
Firing.
Bro, it was unreal.
Okay.
And I see this guy pulling El Rolo, I'm like, bro, should I go or should I go over here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, so you're on the bus going to the pop off.
Yeah.
But then you seen the waves.
Yeah, because I don't know how serious this pop-off thing is, whatever.
Yeah.
It's at the Waikiki show.
Right.
So I get off the bus, and again, I in second guess, these waves, I never seen no waves like this before. It was unreal. It was a freak swell.
Yeah.
But then I go, no, bro, wearing all the clothes. I go in, I walk into Waikiki show. First song playing that I remember was Forget Me Nots.
Oh, nice.
Patricia Russian.
Yeah.
Okay. And bro, it's packed, bro. Packed. And it's funny because the only guy I remember seeing sitting down when I walked in, and I never know him personally or anything, he never know me, was Kona Fleming. Sitting down right in the front. So whatever's, I sit down, whatever's, and literally had to have like 60 something entries in it.
Wow.
Okay. They had 3 divisions, solos, duos, and group division. Okay. Mind you, as James had mentioned, Planet Rock was the anthem.
Yeah.
Planet Rock was brand new. Okay.
Okay.
Planet Rock was brand new, but everybody
wanted to
dance
dance to
that.
Planet Rock.
So, bro, watching it, I recall.
Wait, did you enter? Okay.
I go lead up to that. I go lead up to that.
My bad.
No. I never planned to enter or nothing. I never. Okay. Again, 60 something groups, bro. So I'm already like, nah.
And it's packed.
Yeah. So, and I'm just more like, whoa, I'm just tripping out. So, and I'll name off some other groups that I remembered entering, which is, pretty epic because Mechanical Device, that was Mike DuPio's group. Now, you guys think Jabberwockies was the first to use masks? No way, bro. Mechanical Device. And they set the tone because they came out. One word to describe when I seen them was perfection. You know, they came out, they were wearing Bogart jeans, baggies, with cummerbunds and those old style kind cowboy shirts that flip over.
Yeah.
With their masks, and they would spray their hairs like, different color, like blue, green, whatever, gloves
sick.
and all. So you never even know who was who, whatever. But they came out to Man Machine. Man Machine was a song.
Definitely remember that.
Bro, let's go. Hey, I'm just getting started,
Yeah.
bro. One of the other groups was from Halava, Masterminds of the Funkiest Kind.
Oh,
And
the killer names.
they jammed to a Parliament song. I'm trying to remember which one. So, anyways, these were the groups. Eclipse. The birth of Eclipse right there. They performed. They entered. That's pretty much some of the groups I can remember right now. Okay. So now the duels. This is funny because the guys that won, they were called Magical Dream Boys, or something like that. And it was, I don't even know if they remember this, but it was, I don't know if you remember Mechanical Masters.
Yes.
Okay. Kyle from the Brothers. Kyle, Aaron, and, oh man, they're going to, shoot, I can't remember that. It'll pop into my mind.
Yeah.
Anyways, was two of them, and they went into the duels. Okay. The single guys, Baby Bloss.
Okay.
Who Jameson talk about.
Yeah.
So brother came out wearing those Mr. T shades, the ones that just straight across.
Yeah.
One doctor's mask and gloves. And bro, when he came out, so when separate him, when he didn't use Planet Rock too, but he went through his cassette mix break of Planet Rock.
Yeah.
So he comes out, bam, 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 bam. Dude, and the song goes on. Then he comes out again, bam, bam, bam. So he's just hitting. The crowd goes nuts. Hands down, you already can tell this guy gonna win him. I remember one of the other guys, which I believe was Loto. He came out. He called himself the Polynesian Crook. Okay. He might have danced to Cutie Pie. Okay. Anyway, so these were some of the individual guys. Okay. So as this contest is going on, we're like in the middle of it. I run into my friend Lloyd Nalmida from Alvascott. So I'm like, hey, what's up, brothers? So he's like, oh, bro, we get our spot. We're entering. But Edwin Chrysostomos, he was entering with Lloyd. Oh, yeah, bro, he's sick. I look on the side, Ed tell me, oh, yeah, bro, I get so stomach, bro. What, you can enter for me or what?
What?
So
was he really sick?
Yeah. I'm not going to say. Maybe he was. Yeah, I'm not
nervous,
saying.
Bro.
But anyways, I'm thankful for it.
Yeah.
Edwin, I hope you got better that day, bro.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I told Lloyd, let's go, bro, jam,
Yeah, right.
So we make one real quick routine, and we did it to Keep It Live, Daz Band. Oh, nice. So that's more of like when locking song.
Yeah.
And I don't know, for some reason, but it was locked into my mind thinking, okay, when you're on there, look at the judges.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So the judges were sitting behind us.
Oh, wow, okay.
And again, I never entered no contest before, nothing. Sixth grade, the kind in school. But anyways, for whatever reason, maybe I saw them or something. They always say, look at the judges. So I remember we make the quick routine. So boom, we start soloing. So I turn on, I looking at the table, and I just jamming at them.
Yeah.
I didn't even care about the crowd.
Right.
Okay, but anyways, boom, I turn back around. And Waikiki Show had like one little ramp going straight forward. Right. Boom, I walk all the way out to the front. I do my worm on the ground and everything, and I don't know. I'm just in the zone, not even thinking anything. Boom, pow. We end up winning second place in the dual division.
What?
Yeah, second place. First place was guys from Mechanical Masters. Baby Bloss won the singles. And I believe the group that day was, I want to say Eclipse.
Eclipse.
Yeah, I want to say them.
I've never heard that name before.
Eclipse was Albert Tangaro. I know Johnny J. Jam was in. I don't know if he was there that day, but Louis, I believe, was in them. That's about all I can remember. Oh, Fatu Ofo. Bro, okay.
And they won, most
I
likely.
believe they won that day.
Not mechanical device.
They placed, if I'm not mistaken, might have been them that won it too. But you know how I remember some of it? Because you remember that show, Hawaiʻi Moving Company?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, so at the beginning, the intro of Hawaiʻi Moving Company, they would use my snap in it, like when I was waving up.
Oh,
So whenever
what?
at the beginning of Hawaiʻi Moving Company, real quick snippet, but I'm like, bro, that's me. I knew that was me.
Crazy.
Hawaiʻi Moving Company, and that was who was that?
Michael
W. Perry. Yeah. So that would always remind me. That's how I could never forget that.
Oh,
okay,
that's cool.
So boom, moving along with that.
So from that battle, did you guys won? That's pretty much will be like you said, like almost like the Warriors meeting, but at the Shell. So not everybody knew who you were. Is that how it worked?
Not really, because it was so saturated.
Right.
You know, and again, never have like social media or anything. It wasn't like they post them and people keep seeing them over and over.
True.
It was just you know what I mean?
You won the battle.
Nobody probably even remembers this contest.
You're the first person that actually mentioned it.
I know, and I can go like, pretty detailed like that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure down the line, I'm going to be at home, I'm going to be, I should have told him about this. I remembered that too.
So after that.
It's okay. So that's the popping phase of it.
Right.
Okay. So, actually, I'll finish it off because I'm going to tell you how I slid into breakdancing.
Right.
Okay. So, boom, I ended up in groups and whatnot. Oh, yeah, because I cannot forget the next big contest was the Poppers Convention.
At Ala Moana.
No. That was at Aloha Stadium.
Oh, Aloha Stadium. My bad.
Aloha Stadium, bro. So, again, this one popping was literally at its peak.
At the stadium or in the parking lot? In the stadium or parking lot?
It's in the stadium, cousin. In the stadium. In the stadium, bro. Now, mind you, it filled up maybe like between a quarter and half. So it only was at one end. But come on. Whoever arranged this, whoever organized this, who arranged it, whoever got Aloha Stadium, man.
For popping.
Big props, man, because, again, I could imagine going up to these people and presenting like, we like doing popping contests and, for them to actually agree and do it and pull it off.
Yeah.
And this was huge, bro. This is the next
this
level.
Is like a year after or quickly after?
Probably within the year because popping was literally moving fast and was at its peak. So, again, so I entered that with this group. We called ourselves Magical Masters. And I remember our lead guy was Giannis. I think Tony Sorrell was in it. I want to say Maria was in it. Sean Chong and myself. Okay. We entered that. And I remembered we were in, the locker room areas and on it with all these other groups. So the top groups that period was Soul Patrol, which was Fatu Ofoa, Roddy Casperson, and I cannot remember who the third guy was. Okay.
The fact that you know the first and last names of majority of these
because
crews,
these guys are all, like I say, for me, these were all like my peers and mentors.
Yeah.
So Baby Blas came with his crew, with a group.
Right.
They were called Sophisticated Gent and His Ladies. And it was Nicole. He had two girl dancers, Nicole and Layla. Okay. And all eyes was on him because he was the winner So it was Baby Blas, basically with two girls. And I remember they came out, they made one prop limousine. Like the kind out of, wood and everything.
Yeah.
They act like they carried it in, like they were driving in, came out and busted their routine. Bad Reputation from my school, which was Lloyd Almeida, Vince Barone, and Edwin Chrysostomos, the one who I would stand in for. Right. Okay. And that one can come full circle because Bad Reputation, you got to remember them. Okay. Eclipse was in that one. Bits and Pieces, bro. And so at this moment...
Was there even more crews that entered this one?
Oh, yeah. This one had to have, like in the 70s kind.
Oh, wow.
So me and my group, it doesn't sound that, it impressive, but we came in 14th place because they literally had a rating.
Right.
14th place out of like literally 80 something groups. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But the top groups was I think Bad Reputation was either like second or third. I'm not sure if Baby Blossom them won, because could have been Soul Patrol as well. But Eclipse, but yeah, every group was in this again, bits and pieces. So at this point, popping came, it was kind of perfected in the sense of
Right.
people were coming out with these, their tape mixes where they would literally synchronize with the songs and the vocals in it.
Right.
So when Bits and Pieces came out, bro, I mean, Mike Rita and Frank Punamoy.
Yeah.
When they came out, I remembered one. I don't sure if it was this contest, but one or the other. But just an example of what these guys was doing. So I remember they came out with like these shower curtains, like you couldn't even tell it was them.
Yeah.
You just see these two round shower curtains walk out, and then the music comes on, and it's all like pre-mixed stuff and everything. And then these guys just tick them down, and it's like, oh damn, it's Bits and Pieces. Boom. So they start going off. And it was stuff like that. Like everybody was coming in with these mixtapes.
Almost like choreography then, pretty much.
Oh, and again, this is all, nobody went to classes. Nobody looked, at tape or videos or, they didn't have any choreo. Everyone did it themselves. Everyone did it themselves. And, thinking back on that, it's so incredible just where, even again, Hawaii.
Yeah.
Just what we did and where we took it and, the level that we took it. Okay, so next thing you know, after that, I ended up going to an intermediate. And towards the ending of that, I remembered.
Wait, you were still in middle school?
I was still in middle school.
This is crazy.
Is all in middle school.
So pop off, popping convention.
Yeah.
So when does it, what is the Ala Moana thing?
Okay, so Ala Moana, that one was backed up. That was actually...
Remember the name
I think
of
that was the
one?
preliminaries for Waikiki Shell. So that was actually way before. Yeah,
that was packed too. I seen video of that.
Oh, yeah. So that one was actually the preliminaries for Waikiki Shell, if I'm not mistaken. So, but I could be wrong on that. That might have been even for Aloha Stadium. Anyways, so there was a period where Ala Moana had their contests there too. Another place where they would have a lot of popping contests were Oceania.
Oceania
Was
Oceania?
the floating restaurant.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now that, if I could literally pick that up and drop it down, that would be literally a historical monument for the birth of hip hop in Hawaii.
Why
and
is
I'm
that?
gonna break that down
yeah.
because I'm gonna tell you how the levels of what they showcased there.
Right.
So there was a period where they were doing a lot of popping contests in Oceania. They were doing like teen dances and stuff. So there were a lot of popping contests there. And I remembered one of the ones that was making noise then was Lani, Pyt. Kind of like one of the first early girl poppers and lockers.
Yeah.
I think she would get down with silver lockers as well. Anyway, so they do a lot of contests there. And then I know Fast Eddie's in Kailua used to do a lot of contests there. So there was all these outlets where it kind of kept it going and people could make little money here and there.
Right.
So going back into, maybe like when I was in like the 8th grade era, I got into Bad Reputation with Lloyd Nomita, Vince Barone. And here's the thing, like, this is where, again, it just blows my mind. So when I went into Bad Reputation, it was literally like I auditioned for it and I had to audition in front of the parents.
It was like a business almost.
Yeah. And I remembered because they were serious at it. They like literally were performing,
Right.
they, serious. I mean, like I say, I had to audition for it. Vincent's mom was the one that would literally sew us our uniforms and stuff. And she would literally sew us like Bogarts, but we'd have like sequins on it, and we'd have like these gloves with sequins. So when we,
What the heck? It
um,
got serious then.
serious. So next thing you know, boom, we're doing all these performances and everything. I get in on that. One of the performances I will never forget. They were pretty good friends with Antiloke
Okay.
from Kisa radio station.
Okay.
Okay. Kisa radio station is another one that was like our, what is it, the one in New York? Like their hot.
Like Hot 97,
Yeah.
Power 106.
That was, I mean, literally, I have cassette recordings still. It's in LA though. And when I get it, I'll get you a copy.
Yeah, we need that.
I would record a show because I would, before I would go to sleep, I hit record.
Right.
And I just let them record. I go sleep, wake up in the morning, boom, it's like Christmas.
Yeah.
So I remembered they knew Antiloke, so they decided to do a show, literally like a mini concert at their station. I remember where the station was and everything.
In Kalihi.
In Kalihi, right next to the river.
Right, yep.
Boom. They would go build on stage. And I remembered. So I remembered hearing the advertisement on Kisa. So was us, Bad Reputation. It was Eclipse. And I believe it was Mechanical Device performing. Boom, like one concert right then and there.
Wow.
Yeah. So I, boom.
How long has Antiloke's radio show been going on?
Oh man.
Since when that happened?
Because I don't know how long it was going on before me, and it was 15:40 a.m.
Right.
Because what his name?
Dial.
Who is that? The comedian? Cabral? Melka Bang.
Melka Bang.
Melka Bang. When he had his show, he'd said 15:40. The station closest to the glove compartment.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Because that was actually a Filipino radio station, right?
Okay, probably during the
During
day.
the day.
Right.
That
So
was-
when they would do their show, yeah. But bro, they were the only ones playing the real stuff.
Wow.
Okay, so the mix I had, I remember the songs on there is like Atomic Dog.
Yeah.
Johnny J. Jam would do his segment on there, so he would play like
What
Big
time did it
Apple
start
Noise.
usually, the radio?
I'm not sure, bro. But
Like at night, like
probably like
eight,
the later
9?
period of night.
Oh.
Yeah, 8 or 9, But that's why
Yeah.
I had to go sleep. I had school, so I would press
classic.
record, wake up, boom. But I remembered, I had Rory Wild, had Mother Goose, Antiloke, had all those people on them because we would do a lot of shows for them as well. So again,
So how was that show that was in front of Kisa? It was big.
yeah, it would turn out pretty big.
That's
bro.
not a very big spot right there.
Not a very big spot, but back then
Yeah.
for Hawaii, I mean, come on, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Again, just radio
Yeah.
and word of mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's it.
Wow.
So let's fast forward. I'm in bad reputation. So breaking kind of is starting to make noise.
Yeah. When did you start seeing that start creeping in
Okay.
to Hawaii?
So I live Pearl Ridge Square. One of my good friends, my neighbor, this name Joey Ferreira, rest in peace. He was the one that kind of introduced me to Rocksteady Crew. Now this is way, way before Flashdance. Okay, and I'm gonna get back to that because I'm gonna give you the periods of when breakdancing actually broke viral. So he used to have all these magazines of like Life magazine and all these other magazines.
I thought you were gonna say like Teen Beat or something.
No, but you know what? It could have been. It
Right,
could have
right.
been like, Jet or whatever. But he had all these magazines and he always tell me, bruh, this is Rocksteady Crew. This is Crazy Legs. This is Kuriaki.
How did he know? From
I have no idea.
cousins,
Again,
friends.
I have no idea. Just if you're into something and you're intrigued by
True.
it.
You find it. Right. Yeah.
But see, I wasn't even into like the whole Rocksteady thing
Right,
and all
you
that.
knew nothing
but,
about it
But he
pretty
was
much.
like a fanboy of them.
Yeah.
Okay. So he would always kind of tell me, and this is when I'm already kind of learning breaking. And so the first time I kind of witnessed breaking, there used to be this show called That's Incredible.
Right. I remember that show.
And
as
I
a kid.
remember I went, it was Thanksgiving, and I went to, it was like my grandmother's house in Kaimuki, and we were watching That's Incredible, and they're like, okay, so the next segment is these kids in New York were trying to avoid gangs and trying to stay out of gangs. So they've come up with this other way of competing against each other. And it's called breakdancing. So I'm like, what the heck?
What?
You know? So, yeah. And I remember the song. The first song on it was Champs by the Mohawks. Right. And I'm like, oh, this song is pretty dope. So then next thing you know, they're like, yeah. So they learned to channel their anger into dancing. So boom, at the club, it was the Dynamic Breakers against Floor Masters. Wow. And one of the breakdancers being Kid Nice. So boom, they're on the ground. They're like doing crazy stuff. And the last one I remembered was this dude comes on and busts a little head spin. So I'm kind of like, I don't know about spinning on my head and stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm like, that is kind of wild.
Yeah, it is wild.
So, and that period, I'm still popping and all that stuff. So come
popping
full circle.
Still hot.
Popping still hot, you know. But by then, I think it's kind of weeding out the people that were in it for
casuals.
Fads. Yeah. It kind of weeds out, you know, like shaking
a
sifter, boom. Yeah. And then you get the real people that are still in it.
Right.
So then we're going through that phase of breakdancing. And again, so I find out through my friend kind of like, oh, this is Rocksteady Crew and all this.
Because he had magazines. I'm sure he's seen.
Right. So
that's incredible too.
One day we're in Pearl Ridge. Joey and myself were in Pearl Ridge. So we're in Sears. We're just kind of cruising. So Joey looks up and he's like, bruh, that's Crazy Legs. That's Richie Colin.
What?
And I'm like, what? And he's like, no, that's Richie Colin. So I look up, and it's the guy that I see on his magazines.
It's Crazy
and
Legs.
He's looking at sweats, you know. Okay. So we roll up to him, and he's like, yo, Crazy Legs, man, blah, 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 you know. And this is before Crazy Legs was even known.
Right.
So apparently the Wizard B boys from my school.
Yeah.
They derived from popping and moved into breakdancing. Right. So apparently they were related to him, or that was his cousin, so they brought him out. So Crazy Legs out. So at this point, there's really a small circle that kind of knows about breakdancing.
Right. Wait, so the Wizard B boys were somehow related to Crazy Legs, brought them out for just to like.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Right,
and you know, so I don't know how.
And just so happens you're at the mall, and you see him.
Yeah.
Anybody else in the mall was like, because he wasn't known yet.
Nobody knew him. Nobody knew. The only ones who probably would have known of him back then. What? I mean, as far as I know, was probably Foot Rock Bunch, Roddy Casperson, and Joey, and Wizard B Boys, and probably some other guys, But as far as through my eyes, these were the people that actually kind of knew him, because I guess the Wizard B Boys brought him out and they hung out with him. So Wizard B Boys kind of became a real force in breakdancing as well.
Because they're getting it from the source pretty much.
Exactly.
All the moves, everything.
Right. But see, all of us were kind of on the outside just grasping our knowledge and our style from, videos and whatnot. So, boom, fast forward. So Crazy Legs kind of does a performance at Oceania by himself now. Okay. He comes out, does a performance by himself, and I remembered his DJ was Afrika Islam.
What?
Right. Comes out to Sucker MCs. Man, when he came out, and he came out in a spider walking sideways, and
he came out in a spider. Yeah.
And he comes out up rocking. The crowd goes nuts. Yeah. And again, it's like a smaller, circle of us watching. This is a performance though he's doing. So fast forward.
Wait, this is before Beach Street. This is before Beach Street.
This is before Flashdance.
What?
This is before Flashdance. So
this is what's crazy is that means this is Hawaii was probably ahead of everybody. Technically, I mean, besides he's from New York, but I couldn't.
He's from New York, so that's the cool part about it was New York just kind of came and jumped over LA into Hawaii. So yes, I believe that we were ahead of the game,
right?
Because for us, I always felt in my own personal, how I personally feel, I felt that I liked LA's popping style better than I liked New York's, but New York's breakdancing style was I liked it better than LA's.
LA, right.
So yeah, I think we were ahead of LA on the breakdancing
Yeah.
end of it.
So after that the performance with Africa
Boom!
Islam,
All of us go
Oceania.
back home.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like,
I can see that. I can see it.
Yeah, yeah. Boom!
Oh, yeah.
That's where we're like, it really, really comes on. So, boom.
You were already in high school, or
Yeah. I think I'm already ending of 8th grade, going into 9th.
oh my, this happened fast.
Yeah.
Locking, popping,
So
breaking.
then, Flashdance comes out.
Oh, okay.
Flashdance comes out, and that is our viral. That was
Right.
like something on on social media going
Yeah.
viral. That was our viral,
Right.
because then it went worldwide.
But what you seen in Flashdance, technically Hawaii, whoever was there,
We're already going. We already knew every name of them coming out. We already knew, mind you. So again, how we would always collect videos, and somehow in my hands there was a promotional copy
Oh,
for Flashdance just of Rocksteady Crew.
what? And you had it.
Had it.
How did you get it? You know,
I have no idea. It's just like tapes were just like.
So
You know
did
what I
you
mean?
did you when Crazy Legs came here the first time at Sears, second time Oceania, and did you get to talk to him at that time?
Yeah.
Oh, cool,
We got to talk to him and all that. So this is another, like, as I go on it full circle for me, this is what's wild about my stories. So, okay, again, Flashdance goes viral. Boom. Okay. So, boom, breakdancing takes off. Like I said, worldwide, whatever, I'm trying to think. Yeah. So
Flashdance.
Beat Street comes out.
Okay.
And
how many years was it after?
I'm not,
Flashdance.
and I'm not even sure. I think it was Flashdance. It had to be Flashdance that came out first,
Flashdance was
because that's how
first.
Rocksteady Crew became. So when Beat Street came out, it's exactly like what James Cole had said, where it was like it was literally like a hip hop party, because we knew everybody in the movie theaters, and I remember standing in line, and I think I did see Roddy Kasperson coming out, and he's like, yo, man, the headspins in there are insane.
Yeah.
So boom, Beat Street comes out, and then Breakin' comes out. And Breakin', so to me, the way I saw the difference between Beat Street and breakdancing, they were both very, 80s was cheesy. That was
Definitely.
the mantra of 80s. Movies were cheesy, the music was cheesy, everything was cheesy in the sense of, the colors we wore, the way we dressed, everything. Movies always ended up cheesy, whatever. When you watch them nowadays, it's like, but that's what it was.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It was peaceful then.
Yes.
But so I kind of I felt Breakin' was the LA version of their hip hop scene and culture at that time. So they leaned more towards the popping era of it.
Yeah.
Beat Street was pretty much New York.
Oh yeah.
But again,
I
New
love
York
Beat
in a
Street.
cheesy sense because of the movie.
Yeah.
But New York, that really, really set the tone for just, battling. That really, really, really brought it in.
Right.
As far as like
Everybody
okay.
wanted to be
right. So I remember going
New York
back
City
again.
Breakers versus
But see,
Rocksteady.
breakdancing was a little bit harder to do at places, other than popping, because popping you could do it anywhere. So breakdancing, it had to have the floor and all that. So I remembered we'd be doing challenges, or we'd be battling in Pearl Ridge,
Right.
like in those little hallways on the way out.
Yeah.
And security would push us out and
Right,
everything.
right.
But yeah, we would get down on those. So boom, that was the rise of all like these crews and everything. So some of the places where we could get our breaking on was Silly's, obviously, the teen dances. The next bet would be Club J's in
Club
Pearl
J's.
City. Yeah, and that was where back then it was Holiday Mart.
Okay.
But it was actually right underneath of Leeward Bowl.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. That was where
Club
so
G's.
the leeward guys would hang out there, and they would have contests
What
and
crews?
stuff there.
So at that point, did a lot of popping crews transition to become breakers, or they kind of faded away, and those that transition became?
You know, it was kind of half and half because a lot of the poppers, a lot of them kind of stayed popping, and then only a handful of them probably transitioned to breakdancing. Because a lot of them couldn't really, I mean, I don't want to say they couldn't really, but they weren't really built for breakdancing.
Yeah, it's a different.
Yeah. And vice versa.
Yeah.
You know, there was a lot of breakdancers that couldn't really pop.
So was there people that actually didn't even pop and they started breaking?
Oh, yeah. That was probably a good portion of them.
Right.
Because also you got the new generation that's coming up as well.
Yeah.
So again, because a lot of the poppers I knew, I don't want to say it was like they kind of got outdated because breakdancing was the new.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, you know, if you look back at, you know, Rocksteady Crew and New York City Breakers, they always had their one popper that kept it, you know, that old school style, and they you know,
bottom up.
They continued. So that actually kind of gave the okay for popping to still to still be in it.
Yeah.
You know, because again, you know,
and what's one thing I noticed too is it never was like, oh, you're a popper. Was like almost like the fold, it kind of folded over, where you know had breakers and had the poppers together.
you know,
or did you see there was a riff?
Not that there was a riff, but it was kind of like, oh, he's a popper. Oh yeah, he's a breakdancer. Because like guys like, you know, Mike DePio, Mechanical Device.
Yeah.
He was a crazy popper, dope ass popper, but he continued popping all the way through, and he could break,
Right.
you know, and you know, so he kind of got in both, but his popping skills were just light years ahead.
Yeah. And he's still popping,
Bruh,
teaching everything. Right?
you know what? I seen him probably sometime last year at Beach House, and man, that guy still goes. He still goes.
Nice.
So Skirl Roy, you got somebody still goes too, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, so he was one where, you know, he was in that cusp of being popper and breaker. Thriller J, which is Juan Ojeda. He was another one that stayed like the full popping throughout the whole breakdancing era. And you know, here's the thing too, like on a quick side note, because this is kind of when I'm trying to educate a lot of the new generation of, you know, hip hop. So the thing that I gotta kind of break down to them is when they say, "Oh, you dance hip hop," or "Yeah, I dance hip hop." I'm like, "What are you talking about? Hip hop is not a dance.
Right.
Hip hop is a culture."
Right.
Okay, so these dances were all influenced by hip hop. That's why when they say, "Oh, you know, these dances were going to be fads and whatnot," there's a period where I almost felt like it was turning out that way.
Right.
But what kept it alive and going is the culture. You know, it's a culture. It's not just, you know, it's the culture of it. And that's what I think a lot, you know, especially with all these TikTok dances and all that. Yeah, they're like, "Oh, we dance hip hop." No, you're either dancing crunk, or you're locking, or you're break dancing, or you're popping.
Right.
Those dances are influenced by hip hop.
Yeah.
Rap is influenced by hip hop. Graffiti is influenced by hip hop. Scratching and all that is influenced by hip hop.
Yep.
That's the whole game of it. It's a culture.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why it's not a fad. Okay.
Yeah.
None of those dances, you know, were ever really fads. So, okay, going on to the breakdancing. Yeah, there was a period where, you know, a lot of guys kind of just either gave up on the popping end of it or kept going.
Right.
You know, or I'm trying to even think of who made the transitions from like the locking, popping, and breakdancing. I think Wizard B-Boys make a pretty good case. I'm trying to think of dudes from In Foot Rock Bunch. Roddy Kasperson. These guys all made the transitions. I think myself included, because, you know, like I said, I kind of went through the whole phases of it.
Yeah.
And if I'm missing other people,
Right.
you know, no disrespect.
So who are some of the crews that, so when breaking came in, Flashdance, Beach Street, Crazy Legs in Hawaii. So what crews are notable crews that stand out to you?
Oh, of course. I mean, you know, Foot Rock Bunch, man. They were they were the class of, the town side, and again,
They're
no
from town.
disrespect to other crews or
they're
anything,
from town.
but huh?
They're from town.
Yeah,
Like McKinley or
it was Rowdy Casperson, Michael and Paul Gennady, Baltazar, Jimmy Kahele, Evan. Damn, that's all I can remember right now. And again, no disrespect to anybody if I fail to mention names, but I got plenty,
So Full Rock Bunch.
Full Rock Bunch, ABC Breakers. They were Supreme Team.
Right.
For us, like on Leeward side, Bomb Squad. So Bomb Squad actually had formed because we were like we called ourselves Bomb Squad All Stars because we were a bunch of guys from different groups, but we fused into one because we did a lot of performances and stuff.
What groups? Do you remember? Do you remember?
So
what groups
there
were
was
that created Bomb
Shansky
Squad?
Beat. They were. Oh, he's gonna hate me for this because I can't remember the name, but Rocket Squad.
Okay.
Pro City.
Pro City.
And then we had Baby Hulk and Baby Legs in Bomb Squad for a minute, and they had their own crews. I don't remember what Baby Legs was in, but he was in it.
What crew are you originally from?
Well, I kind of hung out with like a bunch of different other crews.
Right.
So that's how we ended up forming Bomb Squad because, I was kind of more like I would jump into other crews to like, support and whatnot. But that's how we ended up forming Bomb Squad. And we wanted to make it another thing of all aspects of hip hop.
Right.
We wanted to cover every game of hip hop.
Yeah.
So in Bomb Squad, we weren't just breakdancers. We had Slick in it. He represented the graffiti.
Right.
DJing aspect, Dino Javier from my era. He was our DJ and rapper in it. And then, we were the breakdancers and everything.
Yeah.
So as far as...
Was there any other crews like that?
As far as I know, no. But, maybe other people go, hey, no, we had that.
Yeah.
No, we had that.
But you guys...
Oh, you know what? I'll give it up to Wizard B-Boys because Trick was a DJ and he could also write. And they did have a popper as well, We had our popper too. Was it Crazy Waves was his name? We had the popper too. So, they probably had that. But, we took it the distance and everything. So going back to, so we had our crews. So I remember one day, Stefan and Stan from Eva Beach, they come up to me and they're like, oh, bro, we got a spot on Breaking Hawaiʻi, the preliminaries, but we don't know how to make routine. We don't know how to, what's a routine? What, you like jump in, help us out or what? So I go, who you guys going against? So they're like, Foot Rock Bunch. And, I go, oh, man.
What crew are they?
They were the Funky Foot Rockers.
Funky Foot Rockers.
Okay. So I go, bro, you're not going to beat them head on, bro. You're not going to beat them head on. We got to come up with skits and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they were a force then.
Bro, they were, yeah. Like I say, I give props to where props is due. I'm not bad-mouthing anybody from back in the day because I look at it all as those are my peers and my mentors, and they were what made me, come up. They made me want to be better. They made me practice harder.
Right.
That's how you got to look at it.
So then they recruited you, and you said, we can't beat them straight up, so we have to do...
we got to do like skits. We're not going to beat them head on. So boom, I choreographed the routine. We do like a little jump rope segment in it. We do an insecticide segment in it. And this is the preliminaries.
Right.
Okay. It's not even the finals yet. So boom, we do the contest. And they were doing it at KGMB TV.
Right. Okay.
And we do the contest. Foot Rock Bunch, man, they come out firing, coming in hot. We do our thing, we kind of make noise, make our shot. I go in the back. I'm already kind of anticipating, damn, we lost.
Yeah.
They go in, and the winner is the Funky Foot Rockers. I'm like, oh,
what?
Damn, bro. We end up taking them out then.
And what was it like when you guys beat them? Was it a surprise for everybody?
Yeah, it was a surprise for everybody. And people can say, fix or whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, whatever, bro. But, hey, we did it fair and square.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? We didn't think we had a shot or anything.
Right.
But no, we just came out with a different routine.
Right.
And Stefan had the Masters of the Head Spin. This guy I remember on his hat, he had like a 134 or 164 or something. And I remember well, what's that number on your head? He goes, that's how many rotations I did.
So 100 something rotations.
Yeah. I remember.
Did he wear that? Did he wear that?
He wore that beanie.
In the preliminary, in the battle?
He might have wore that in the preliminaries.
What?
So anyways, fast forward to that. We end up going into the finals.
Right.
Okay.
And the finals was at Kamiki Middle.
Intermediate, yeah.
Kilauea Gym.
Yep. So Breaking Hawaii, the finals, okay? And boom, it turns out pretty big for, Hawaii.
Yeah,
and again,
it's huge.
you got to consider no social media. Everything is word of mouth or on TV. That's it. And again, TV is like, you got to be lucky to catch these commercials. You cannot stream them, nothing.
Right.
So anyways, boom, this contest goes down, and there had to be a few thousand people in the gym. I'm feeling, because a lot of people on the floor, all up in the stands, all families, everything. So I remembered as we're preparing to start the event, one of these guys, one of the producers or whatever asks one of these kids, hey, what do you guys use on the floor to make it, give it more slip? The kid goes, pledge. They spray the whole gymnasium with pledge.
A whole gym with pledge.
Was the most slipperiest floor. It was literally like dancing on water.
And that's what Jamal said.
No. If you see the videos, baby legs, when wizards come out, everybody, even us.
Yeah.
When Stefan's doing his head spin, his head's like literally sliding back and forth. Yeah. It can break the neck kind. So yeah, they use pledge on that. But our routine, I would say, we were pretty sharp on our routine.
Yeah.
So boom, we end up winning the group division on that. Yeah. So, like I said, for me, just where it came up and all that, excuse me, I thought this was pretty cool stuff,
Yeah, it's huge.
So, as we move on with the breakdancing and all that, again, so, I'm in Bomb Squad and we start kind of doing performances and all that stuff.
As Bomb Squad.
As Bomb Squad, yeah. As Bomb Squad. We started doing performances. Professor Fun hires us to kind of go, doing, performances with him.
Professor Fun was a show, right?
Yeah, it was like one of those kids shows kind.
Right.
So Professor Fun, and then I remember there was this other guy called JJ the Clown. Kind of do parties and stuff, So we do a lot of performances with them and everything. But I remembered we even did the telethon one time. Was at Aloha Tower, and you had
Easter
that,
Seals or
used
something?
to have that water fountain.
Yeah.
And it was like at 3 a.m.
Oh,
and we stay waiting. We're all tired and everything, but boom, music comes on, bro. We firing away. Yeah, that was one of our most fun, and I think was we hit that performance. The funny thing is, so we all used to wear these running suits, like skin tight running suits, and I hated it because I was tiny and everything. I hated it. Anyway, so we were wearing those while we were performing, and we performed to Renegades of Funk. Me, Jason Osorio, Shansky Beat, Slick, and I forget. But anyways, we perform, and at the very end of the performance, because the stage was right above the water fountain. Right after we performed, we all jump in them. Oh, Baby Hulk was in that too, because Jason says before we perform, he goes, right after the performance, I'm gonna jump in the water. So Baby Hulk goes, bro, you do that, I'm gonna jump in too. I go, okay, we'll go see. Boom, so right after we performed, ran in, jumped in, boom, we all jump in, we stand up.
Yeah.
Jason goes, bro, we all can see through everything, bro.
Oh.
We go Slick had Slick had the recording of it on Betamax, but yeah, it's gone. Yeah.
And it was on live TV.
I believe it was live TV. Yeah.
Yeah,
because even when the announcer came on, she was like, "Okay, yeah," But anyways, that was one of the most memorable performances
hilarious.
I did. So, moving forward.
So Bomb Squad just kept on, Like when did so that was in high school, so it's all through high school pretty much.
All through high school, yeah, all through high school. So one night I remembered one of our friends, Dan Kakugawa, Charlie Wang, members of Rocket Squad from Shansky Beat. They're all like, hey, we'll go practice down in Waikiki. So I had my 10x10 linoleum. One of the other brothers had their big linoleums because that's what we used to breakdance on. Huh?
Yeah.
So we go all the way down by Waikiki Walls. We just set out our linoleum, and we start practicing in front of everybody and all that kind,
Right.
But we never thought, oh, we're going to, make money or, we was just there practicing. We just wanted different scenery,
Right.
So we start practicing and everything. Then I forget who did it, but they go throw down one hat. Boom, next thing you know, people start throwing down cash. So, bro, we get like, 9 guys. We all stayed in high school, and we all walk out there with like $70 each.
Whoa.
Hey, back then, it's like...
That's still a lot of money.
So we're like, hey, we'll go next week. Boom, boom. You know what I mean? But we wasn't doing like the shows.
Yeah. Just breaking.
How they parlayed it into a whole Vegas-style show. We was just doing it. And I'll never forget this, too. One night, so we get Bomb Squad, Baby Hulk, Shansky, I forget who else, we started practicing. So one night, Wizard B Boys roll up. Yo, what's up, bro? Let's battle. Let's go. This thing turned out like Beach Street. Everybody's like, oh, let's go. Again, intense, everything. No beefs, nothing.
Oh, nice.
Okay. So, bro, boom, move for move. And then next thing you know, we start doing routines. It ended with, so Wizard B-Boys did their flip where they flip somebody and they flip over another guy.
Yeah.
So me, Baby Hulk all look at each other. We do the pyramid, stacking up guys, and Baby Hulk backflip off the thing.
Oh, nuts.
Boom, big circle, everything, These are just the fun times. And like I say, these are my memories of it.
Right.
If people have other views of it or if they saw it, hey, please holler.
Yeah, definitely.
But so, moving along again. So, at this point, I'm kind of doing performances, all over kind.
So you never took any type of formal dance?
No. Ken, nice that you said that because one of the other focal points of breakdancing was another epicenter was Kicks. Was this dance studio called Kicks in Waimalu.
Okay.
This was a dance studio, and we used to rent it out to break sometimes. If we had performances and whatnot, we'd rent it out. This is in the breaking at its prime. So I forget the lady, she would see us, she would get to know us and all that. One day she's like, oh, you guys should do like some events here or. So boom. Next thing you know, we hold this. This is I think was one of the craziest battles we ever did. I don't know how this came about or whatever, but next thing you know, so we ran out Kicks for this battle one night, and it turns out Bomb Squad against Rocksteady Crew. Right, this is like if anybody remembers this, I know all.
Was it Rocksteady Crew Hawaii or Rocksteady Crew Rocksteady?
No. I mean Foot Rock Bunch.
Foot Rock Bunch. Okay, yeah.
Foot Rock Bunch and Bomb Squad.
Right.
And this was at Kicks, and this is another one.
And
man.
Foot Rock Bunch is the crew you beat
in Breaking Hawaii, but literally, hands on. I give credit to where credit is due. They were like one of the top crews around. They held it down on every aspect of breakdancing,
So somehow you guys ended up battling at that event.
It was like this arranged battle. It turned out of like Bomb Squad versus Foot Rock Bunch. And this was like literally like Beach Street was just like that. And, the crazy thing about it was, so they were wearing red and we were wearing blue. And somehow, some way, guys that weren't even involved with it kind of turned it into like almost a gang thing. But before this all unfolds, bro, this battle goes down and it's like heavyweight battle.
Yeah, heated.
Yeah, heated and everything. And the crazy thing is we're all friends.
Right.
Like I always hung out with them townside, vice versa. Because, again, it's a small fraternity.
Right. Yeah.
So, but then sometimes a battle would bring about bad blood, kind of like, after a while, we all have blood and all, you know.
Yeah.
But this battle goes down, man. And it's just like move for move for move for move, And I remember there was this guy, Ozrock, who was from LA. And he was kind of known at that moment in LA because he did all the commercials.
Oh.
He came out to do a Mountain Dew commercial. And Baby Legs was in that commercial as well. But he was another, like, a old school. He was on Breakin' and all those movies and stuff. But he was out here. But
he jumped on with the Foot Rock Bunch.
No, he didn't jump on at Foot Rock Bunch. But he just kind of, he came out, was hanging with Baby Legs and stuff. So somehow, some way, before the battle was done and all that, somebody ends up turning it into like a Bloods and Crips kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it turns out kind of ugly. Not, nobody gets majorly hurt or anything, but just turns out ugly and kind of ends it. That was the only time.
So the battle never really ended then? It kind of just
it just kind of went. But it went on, man.
Yeah.
It went on for a good amount. But I don't recall it how it actually ended and everything. But again, and I think they actually did a couple other ones. I don't really remember all that. And it might have been at Silly's and stuff.
Right.
But anyways, those are like the ones that I remember that was our world of,
right
then and there, like our Beach Street and, breaking and all that. But, okay, moving along. So, I'm kind of doing performances and at this moment, freestyle dancing kind of comes in.
So what year was this then?
So this is already, I'm like moving into like junior in high school, senior in high school. So freestyle dancing comes in.
Yeah.
To freestyle music and all that.
88?
No, maybe like 86-ish, 87-ish.
Yeah. So what was the uniform back then for freestyle dancing? Totally different, bro.
I don't even want
Go from head to toe. It's totally different.
So we all had the pompadours colored on top. Tons of dippity doo and
what's dippity do?
Dippity doo was the big tub of gel because we had to use plenty, bro.
Yeah.
So was that. We would all shop at what is it? I think the shop was called like U-Men or something.
Right.
Wild Pear was where all the freestyle dancers would get their shoes. There was what was called San Francisco rag shop or something. Yeah. Shops like that. Because 80s is all dressing up.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
was that Cavaricci's?
Cavaricci's,
okay.
yeah.
And those woven leather shoes, was it?
Oh man, see, don't get me started, bro. See, that's when you started coming in. Anyways, go fast forward that part. Yeah. No, so
freestyle
comes in, and again, so I take this on as well,
right?
And this is kind of like
because it's more of a form of expression to a point and evolution,
right? And also, this is when hip hop was turning into like line dance type, like prepping,
right?
And the womp, and so again, we go against military kids and all that kind,
Also, is there still Bomb Squad at this time?
There's still Bomb Squad, yeah. Bomb Squad is. It's
forever.
like you're you're in.
Yeah.
You're not coming out.
Right. Yeah.
It's the mafia.
Yeah.
But so anyways, I'm doing my dancing. So freestyle night, I take that up serious as well.
Yeah.
I'm in it. Because the music, it all boils
always
down to the
moves you.
music.
Yeah,
I just love music. So freestyling comes in and everything, and get all these other crews like U-Man. Who was a freestyling cruise in town? One Nation.
This is a whole nother thing.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about it.
That freestyle era.
You guys gotta understand.
That's a whole.
Yeah. So, anyways, I'm doing my dancing, we performing and all that. And Slick at this point had already moved to LA. He was going to the art center.
Right.
So one day he calls me up and says, "Bruh, you're not gonna get anywhere in Hawaii dancing.
Yeah.
You're only gonna get so far."
Right.
And I thought I was doing pretty decent.
Because at this time, I remember that is b-boying kind of.
B-boying is kind of, not, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, b-boying, But at this point, we already done so many windmills, so many, we're not losing it.
Right.
So he tells me, "Bro, you're not going to get anywhere in Hawaii, dancing.
Yeah.
You need to come out here." And at this point, I'm kind of thinking, "Bro, I'm doing pretty good, I was working Bellman, Hilton Hawaiian Village, and I'm making
Yeah.
some pretty good money there
Yeah.
too. But then, once I got it in my mind, I was kind of like, you know what? I got to do this move, bro.
Right.
Okay. So, boom, I'm on a plane.
And you decided to move to LA.
I get rid of everything. I moved to LA. Okay. So, yeah, I get the call from Slick, and he says, yeah, you're not going to get anywhere, dancing in Hawaii. And, I'm thinking, I don't know, I'm kind of doing pretty decent.
But wait, real quick. I'd love to get Slick on, but let's get a little backstory on how Slick ended up in LA.
Oh, because, he was an artist.
Yes.
So his whole intention was to, I think become a fine artist. So he started attending the Art Center in Pasadena, which is like the Harvard of art.
Yeah.
But boom, he moves to LA, and then I kind of see he's hanging out with like Sugar Pop and, all these heads, and he's kind of making a name for himself in the whole graffiti world.
Right.
So he tells me, he's living in a house in Baldwin Park. He goes, bruh, you're not going to get anywhere in Hawaii dancing. You're only going to get so far. You need to come out here. He goes, bro, you can come, stay with me, rent out a room here, and do your thing. So at first I was kind of like, I don't know. I got it pretty cool out here.
Yeah.
But once I got it in my mind, when you're young like that, when you get certain things in your mind, like kind of like a dream, or you want to chase, your dreams, you got to kind of do it, because then you're going to be going on in life without, always wondering, damn, I should have did it.
Yeah.
I should have did that.
Yeah.
I should have did this. Oh, if I did that, I could have did that, So once I got it stuck in my head, I was working at Hilton Hawaiian Village, and I never forget some of the old timers that was telling me, oh, bro, you're not going to like it out there. You can come back over here. You watch,
Wow.
You're always going to get, but,
Hawaii.
because they jealous because they didn't do it.
Yeah.
But then,
Island mentality.
but then had those younger guys that was like, bro, do it, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, if I never have my kid, I would do that right now. I would hop on the plane
So wait,
right now.
did you want to be a professional dancer?
Did I want to be?
Yes. At that time.
Technically, I already kind of was because I
okay.
was already doing, performances. And in fact, the other day I just remembered I had done like commercials out here. I remember it was funny because I drove past, what is that? The Emperor Hotel or the Imperial? It was like one of them older hotels.
The Royal Hawaiian?
No. I remember it in a second.
Okay.
Anyways, I remembered going to an audition there, and I got it, and we did this. It was a Pepsi commercial, and we filmed it in the middle of the zoo, and I had to break dance. It was for Japan,
nice.
and I got paid out pretty good on that one. So that's why I kind of thought, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I remembered a while back when I was popping, I did San Francisco Rag Shop commercial. I did a box clothing commercial. So small.
So you're
kid,
already,
small time,
Yeah, you're
but I'm
already
already
headed
getting
that way.
used to,
Yeah. Auditions,
Yeah.
commercials, cameras,
Right.
directors.
So, when he tells me that to come to LA, and once I kind of, it crosses gets implemented in my mind, I'm like, you know what? I need to make this move. Because, if I don't like it, Hawaii is going to be here.
True.
I can always move back. So I ended up making the move to LA. And I remembered Slick taking me to my first hip hop club. Okay. And it was called Water the Bush. And this club was literally one of the illest hip hop clubs I have ever witnessed, gone into, and just got to be a part of. Meaning, when I walked in there, okay, first of all, it was literally across the street from Man's Chinese Theater on Hollywood Boulevard.
Okay.
It was in this place called Hollywood Live. It was in literally the bowels of a hotel.
Right.
And I'm still getting used to all these kind of clubs where it's like literally in abandoned
In a cut.
buildings and all that. But basically that's what it was. There was like abandoned building. So you walk down these steps and boom, you go into like literally this hall. And as soon as I walk in there, just it's packed, but there's literally like Queen Latifah walked past me, LL Cool J chilling, Tribe Called Quest walks by. I see Eazy-E with two big Samoan security guards,
What?
Digital Underground.
Let's go.
I mean, everybody in the game is
there.
at this club. And they're just chilling. And the music, it was Afrika Islam was a DJ as well, DJ Utaka. And they would have performances like EPMD. I remember seeing EPMD walking around. I mean, every rapper in the book was at this spot. Okay. Because mind you, this is Hollywood.
Right.
This is Hollywood. So all these guys probably come out, they're recording records, they're probably doing, you know. But just going into these clubs, it was like, I was overwhelmed. It blew my mind. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy.
Yeah,
this is hip hop
Yeah.
at its finest. You know,
yeah.
this is like literally the beginning of the golden era of hip hop. Okay, so I go in there, and so I look at the circles dancing.
Yeah.
I see these dancers all going, and they're
So this is what, 90?
This is 90, 89, 90.
90, yeah.
So I look in these circles and I see these dancing, and I'm like, these dudes are just literally, there's no style. I mean, they have style. They have style.
Yeah.
I'm just saying there's no style of dancing that they're doing. It's just fused. Everything,
Right.
like it's everything all combined in one. So when I came out, this is the perfect example of where the dancing has come. So I went through locking, I went through popping, I went through breakdancing, I went through freestyling, okay? So when I came out there, that's basically what I was doing. So when I went out, I just straight breakdance, okay?
Yeah.
So, but everybody was like, damn, this old school breaking right there.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Old school breaking kind of phase out because this is the next phase that we're moving into.
Yeah.
So they're like, dude, that's some clean old school breaking. And then when Slick's telling them, oh, he's from Hawaii, they're like they're even impressed.
Right. They didn't expect that.
So when I come out, I tell Slick, bro, I cannot hang with these guys, bro. I cannot hang with these guys. These guys are off the hook. So he tells me, bro, just do your thing. Just do your thing.
Right.
So, and Eugene is there with me all these times.
Did he move up with you? Or
he
no?
moved up like months after me.
Oh, okay. So you guys are basically experiencing the same things.
Exactly. And see, this is the reason why I'm so glad Eugene was there, because he was my iPhone. He is, whenever I have to catch myself like, did this really happen? Eugene's like, yeah.
You guys are both each other's iPhones.
Exactly. Because the stories that I can't even dig into.
Yeah. So Eugene, his name, hip hop name, he went by Slowpoke.
Yeah. So anyways, we're out there, and like, literally I'm like, it's like, I can't hang with these guys, bro. These guys are on a whole nother level.
Yeah.
He goes, bro, just do your thing. So boom, me and Eugene just start going out almost every night. And these clubs that we would go to, they were like serious dance clubs. Like, and the best part about this era, this period, when we'd go to like these clubs, no cell phones, no cameras, nothing, and people didn't care or want to take pictures or anything. That's why all these celebrities would go to these clubs. Me and Eugene literally would go to clubs with like Prince and Michael Jackson there, bumping into like Prince or Mike Tyson, Eddie Murphy. And the best part about it is nobody cared. Nobody was like, hey, can we get a picture?
Right.
They're like, oh, that's Prince sitting in the corner over there, sitting with two girls with his lollipop, Mind you, these clubs were really, really hard to get into.
Okay.
But once you get to know somebody, and then our names, we just kept dancing.
Did it help? I mean, every time I went somewhere and like, went to like hip hop festivals or whatever, and I tell them I'm from Hawaii. For some reason, they treated me different, not lesser. They're like
100%. In fact, they're more intrigued.
Yes, when I went to New York, when I'd go to Canada, LA, Seattle, wherever I'd be, like I'd be at this hip hop events, and there's a million hip hop people there.
No,
we all look the same.
100%. You know what was the best part about it is, okay, so when I first moved out there, even like, when my pigeon would slip out,
right,
I would get kind of embarrassed.
Yeah.
But then plenty of people were like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Try talk like that again or speak like that again.
Where are you from?
And I'm like, I can only do it naturally. I'm not like, and I'm on the spot, But, there's a period where I was kind of ashamed to pull out my pigeon. But, when I'm talking to other people from Hawaii and then they hear,
automatic.
wow, that's cool. Wow, what is that? So then I started, I had a bunch of Jamaican friends, and then that's where like they were all patois, and we're, so we could kind of get,
Yeah.
And my circle of friends were all from Hawaii, so I never let go of it or couldn't stop it.
So did you guys kind of get? Why did you guys started gaining respect in the ciphers and circles?
So that's the thing. So people got to know me and Eugene as, the guy's from Hawaii.
Yeah, that's
what was dope about it.
Right.
So every time people would say our names, they go, "Oh, the two guys from Hawaii." Boom. So yeah, so we're going to all these clubs, climbing the ranks of dancing.
Yeah.
And the thing is like I said, you get dancers from all around the world out there. This is LA. People come to LA to pursue their dreams, to get in the entertainment industry. So you're getting the cream de la cream of dancing and all that. So coming full circle, I find myself battling all my mentors and all my peers, guys that I would see on videos.
Right.
I'm like dancing with them, auditioning against them. And then at clubs, I'm like challenging them, battling them. One night at Vertigo, before Prince took it over, Eugene, again, witness to all of this. I'm literally battling against Shabadoo and Boogaloo Shrimp.
That's crazy. Well, you versus them.
Me versus them. And Boogaloo Shrimp is getting all aggro and, getting all irritated, like almost like want to fight kind of. And I'm laughing.
Right.
And it's making him more mad.
Right.
And he's kind of wondering why I'm laughing. And I'm just like, bro, I'm battling Boogaloo Shrimp.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I used to see you on TV. I get your videos. I'm battling you now. And you mad at me.
Yeah.
Another one was I battled Crazy Legs at Gazari's one night. It was like a hip hop night.
Right.
And boom, circle opens and boom, we're going at it. And even at the end, I told him, I go, bruh, I met you in Hawaii.
That's serious.
When you first moved out. I don't know if he remembered it or anything, but same thing. I'm like out there battling, guys that I would, watch on video. I'm Jazzy, who was Michael Jackson's dancers. Right. And, I'm battling against all these guys. And then auditions and battling. A lot of the dancers that would get a lot of work, they're kind of in that clique that always get the work. And, so I'm also battling dancers from, singers and, I'm battling Madonna's dancers. I'm battling.
So that was the thing then, Madonna's dancers, Michael's dancers, Prince's dancers.
Yeah, because then what happens is you see the same people all at the auditions.
Right.
Okay. So, again, me being considered a street dancer.
Right.
Okay. We're literally coming off the coattails of Sugar Pop, Popping Pete, Sugar Pop, Jason Silva, God rest his soul. All these guys that paved the way for street dancers to make it in this industry. Because one time I went to a Michael Jackson audition, and Eugene, again, my witness, we're doing an audition. He literally keeps staring at me and Eugene, looking at me, So then all of a sudden he stops the audition and he goes, you know what? I got to stop this right now because I got to say, there was a period when street dancers would come in here and not even do the audition because this is all technical stuff.
Yeah.
But now I see the street dancers coming in and doing it the hardest and doing it but just doing it their style. And that's basically what it was. Me fusing my locking, my popping, my breakdancing, my freestyle, fusing that into a flow, which they called grooving.
Right.
So, boom, once I developed that style, that's when I kind of got known for
and it kind
my
of
style.
set you apart.
Right. So, like the videos I did was my first real one where I wasn't no featured dancer or anything, but just getting a taste of what is to come was the Herb Alpert North on South Street video. Nice. And that had every top crew in that video. It had 242, which is Farside that Jamal had explained. The other crew was Scheme Team, and they were like the dirtiest, illest street dancing group, hip hop style dance group, that was just wild.
Right.
And then Fatima, who is like one of the biggest choreographers now, all of these people were in this video. And then, you know, so I would see all the same people at the auditions, you know, going in and out. Next thing you know, boom. You know, so it's a challenge of trying to get it against all these other people.
Yeah. Do you remember your first audition? What was your first audition? Or big audition? Or
my
most
first
memorable?
audition was probably North on South Street. But my first one that I really landed and that I got for myself and got, you know, was the Shaka Khan, Love You for a Lifetime.
Wow.
You know.
And how many dancers, do you remember how many dancers you had to go against? And
I mean, there were cattle calls. And the thing about it is it wasn't so much of like them hiring the best dancers.
Right.
Yeah, it helped if you were good and you stand out and you got a
Yeah.
style that is just, you know. But it's basically if you just fit what they want, you know. Sometimes like literally they would take, I mean, I don't want to say worst dancer, but, you know, a dancer that just, you know, but they wanted that.
look.
Because also a lot of the artists, they didn't want somebody that would outdo them.
Right. Makes sense.
So they wanted to kind of, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, then there's those artists that want the best dancers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That they don't care. They're like, they ain't stealing my thunder.
Yeah.
But anyways, so boom, these auditions were like cattle calls, and we see everybody in all the real dancers, all, you know, at the same auditions, everything. It was like a club during the day. Because again, it's the hub, it's the entertainment capital of the world. So this is one of the funniest stories is, so one day I get this audition and it's at Eazy-E's old studio that he owned. I forget what the building was called. It was on Vine and Hollywood, right by Capitol Records building. But anyways, Eazy-E's old building. So I go to this audition and they say it's for a Japanese singer.
Right.
Okay. So I go to this audition. Boom. It's kind of a cattle call. A lot of guys, you know. And, you know, the thing about going to auditions is you just go to them. You just go to them, do your thing. It's either hit or miss,
Right.
you know.
How many were you going throughout the week? Or
Shoot, you go to as many as you can.
Right.
You know, if I get 5 in 1 week, you go to 5. Again, you're only gonna. It's like playing the lotto.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. So this audition, this particular one, I go to this audition. So I walk in, pretty good call. See like Oliver from Madonna's dancer. You know, 2 for 2, same guy's Far Side. You know, all these dancers. You know, Will.I.Am, you know, used to be just a street dancer as well. So again, see all these guys, you know, and I'm feeling pretty good this day. You know, not like, oh, I'm going to get, you know, I just feel good in my dancing. Jeffrey Daniels from Shalimar is the choreographer. Okay. So boom, we go on this we start doing the audition. They teach you choreograph routines. Then they teach you, they tell you to do solo. So boom, whack the choreograph routines, then time to solo. And I was feeling it. I just felt it. Boom, finish the audition. Okay, I'm ready to go. They come up to me. They go, hey, do you want to go to Japan? You know, and I'm thinking they're asking everybody that.
Right.
So I go, yeah, sure. So I go, okay, so wait over here on the side. Boom, audition's finished. Boom, next thing you know, they send me the contracts. My agent's like, bro, you're going to make some pretty good money, you know?
Wow.
And I'm not even thinking about who the singer is.
Right.
I'm just like, I get to go to Japan.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? And get paid dancing, okay? So, boom, I fly to Japan, you know, get off the plane, you know, they take us to where we're staying.
How many dancers got hired for that one?
So it was Rob Vincent, who was with 2 for 2, Mark, who's probably one of the best dancers in LA that I've ever known. Cooley, who was one of Solid Gold dancers. And then lo and behold, I see Jamal.
In Japan.
What? And see, I met Jamal real quick one time in my freestyle days. Right. He was the kind like Tarzan, you know, real shy, you know, jungle boy.
Yeah.
Real quiet. And we met, you know, boom. So that's why we came full circle and I see him in Japan. He's like, bro, remember me, that and whatever. And here I'm all like, I made the audition, you know, and get Jamal and I kind right there too. No disrespect, kind of. It just shocked me because I'm like, whoa, you know, I had to come in through the front door,
Right,
bro,
right.
you know?
And Jamal came in to the to the
yeah,
beach store.
You know, again,
Yeah.
hey, you know, what, you know, God is going to show you what's for you, you know?
Yeah.
But anyways, boom. So Jamal's on it. So boom, we go on this 21 city tour in Japan, all over Japan. Like, I didn't know who the singer was. Her name's Anri.
Right.
Okay. As Japanese would pronounce it, Andi.
Andy.
Okay. So half her band members are all from US. Her bass player was Bobby Watson from Rufus Shaka Khan.
Wow.
So you know these guys get down.
Yeah.
Okay. So 21 full scale tour and everything. 21 cities. What was dope about that too was I got to witness how Japan was taking in hip hop, you know, in that period, because hip hop was pretty brand new for Japan. And I had to look at it like this. Imagine getting all your hip hop in one time at one shot.
That's how it was.
Not going through the phases as I did.
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of times I had to catch myself like, oh, they don't mean it offensively. It's just how they show their respect and all that.
Yeah.
So when I'm with my crew, I mean, with the dancers from Andre, and we would go to like the hip hop clubs.
Right.
So I remember there was some big time Japanese group called Zoo, and they were like these heavy duty dancers. So Rob Vincent would tell me, yeah, they always like to battle us, you know, whatever.
Right.
So we go into one of these clubs, and boom, they see crews on crews.
Yeah.
So Rob tells me, yeah, they like battle. So I know the reason why he was just coming after me, because I was the only guy that wasn't Popolo.
Wait, was Jamal there too?
Jamal wasn't there that night with us, because we would go out a lot. You know, he would kind of chill sometimes. But see, we were like fiending to dance. Yeah. So, you know, so we go to this spot, and they were all coming attacking me on dance-wise, but I'm like, you guys don't know who you're messing with.
Yeah. You don't know. You don't know.
Yeah. Because they knew all the other guys, but they're like, he's not Popolo. Let's go
get him.
Yeah. So, boom, they are. But hey, next thing you know, boom, I'm like, I kind of felt I was almost falling off in Japan because I was more enjoying it.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I caught myself because I was like, when I go back to LA, I need to come strong.
Right.
Okay. So the next thing you know, boom, we're at gymnasiums practicing. I went full force. When I got back to LA, that's probably when I was at my prime of dancing.
How old were you at that time?
Like early 20s, probably like 22, 23.
So that the Japanese zoo crew put a good gut check in you.
Oh, hell, I
mean, when they wanted to battle you.
Good gut check in the sense of, you know, made me like want to like just really grind even harder. I was already like, dude, bring it. I was, you know what I mean? I was at the peak of my dancing, but that just made me even want to grind more. But 21 city tour on Japan, seeing all these little nooks and crannies of, you know, went to all the major cities. But I find myself in bars with Jamal sometimes when we go to like these hip hop bars or like reggae bars. Yeah. And again, I'm like witnessing like a culture just
starting.
Yeah. So they're all intrigued by us because we're already in the hip hop game.
Because you were saying earlier, it took 2 months, kind of like a 2-month thing for Hawaii to get a lot of stuff. But even there, it'd be years then.
I know that because of the music-wise.
Right.
So when I used to get records and stuff, I used to get it from a record pool on Staten Island through my dad. So it was always be like when a song would come out, I wouldn't get it until like 3 months later. Or if we knew of a new song or something or clothes that came out, it would almost feel like a 3-month period before we would get it. That's just my own hypothesis on it. Yeah.
And Japan was like years.
Yeah. Because again, it really didn't break worldwide. You know, as far as like breakdancing. I can see that. Yeah. So boom, we're on this tour, and I'm doing my, you know, I'm breaking during the tour and everything. And again, I never took a class or anything, but I could do choreography. I could, you know, dance like that.
Right.
So boom, we complete the 21 city tour. So Henri has this special thing, connection to Hawaii. So her last show was here
Oh,
at the Blaisdell.
what?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is what was so wild. I'm already coming off of a high of being in Japan.
Right.
Because I'm like in Japan, and mind you, I'm just thinking in my mind, wow, this is all from just literally practicing in my garage, not taking a class. I'm just like overwhelmed on this. Like
From battling in Palisades.
because I'm like going 21 cities. So we practice. You know, we get a break, party,
Right.
payday. Then we go on tour,
Yeah.
party, dance, payday.
Right.
Again, you know, and I'm just like getting paid. I'm like, this cannot be happening, bro. This doesn't even feel fair.
Right.
You know, making money off of something you love.
Right. Yeah.
Making something, you know, and not just making money, having the time of your life doing it.
Yeah.
So it ends in she has her last concert at Blaisdell. So we go back to LA for like a 2-week break or whatever. And then we fly back to LA and she's paying us and she's even getting us hotel rooms and we're performing at the Blaisdell.
Wow.
I'm like, so wait, you want to pay me to go to Hawaii and perform out
So it's
there?
literally a
I'm
full
like,
circle.
It's
then.
a paid vacation for me.
Right.
Yeah, full circle, exactly.
Another circle come back around.
Right, and that's the only reason why I'm saying, you know, I it's not like I'm bragging about it. I'd like to share these stories just so people get.
No, you know, in Hawaii, we need to know these things because, you know, even now it's 2024.
Yeah.
There's still that island mentality of you're not going to make it. No,
Yeah,
don't do that. Stay here. Right. Like you said, they're telling you that when you're valet. And nowadays, there's still people like that pigeonhole Hawaii, not even just dancing in general.
In general, yeah. Just, I mean, in whatever. I mean, you know, nowadays it's a whole different era just because, you know, it's so saturated and you can watch videos and learn. They literally teach you, this is how you up rock.
Yeah.
This is how, I'm like, man, where were you guys, you know? But in all, I'm thankful for that because what drove me to hip hop, what really took to me from hip hop was being original, being, you know, different styles, just being able to do that. That's what really drew me, like your dance style. See, that's a lot of things what I have with a lot of, like, let's say the rap today.
Right.
A lot of it sounds the same.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, I get it. Money. Once money gets involved with art, it's done.
Right.
Okay. But here's the other thing too. Everybody's using the same programs. Everybody's, you know, wants to create that same, you know, everybody's saying the same stuff. Look at the rappers in the 80s that first came out.
Right.
You know, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5, Eric B. Rakim, Slick Rick, Keras One, Special Ed, Big Daddy Kane, LL Cool J. What's the one thing, ironically, that they had in common? None of them sounded the same.
Right.
You know what's even more wild about that? None of them even cursed.
Yeah.
And they were hardcore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Eric B. Rakim, come on.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? But going back to it, even down to the style, dressing-wise, you know, I loved hip-hop because, okay, polo shirts was in. Everybody wore polo shirts, but I'll button it up all the way.
Right.
Okay, I'll pop my collar.
Yeah.
I'll wear two, you know, polo shirts and roll up the sleeves so it looks different. That's what it's all about. Wearing a hat. Hey, I wear my hat, you know, you wear it different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I loved about it. You could be original and, you know, they accepted you for that. Basically, the whole definition of hip hop is, again, you know, being original, creating your own style, you know, and just being fresh and new. That's what one of the first words was.
Yeah.
Fresh. You know, like, hey, yo, that hat, man. Oh, I like how you're wearing. That's fresh. Hey, your shoes. Look at that. You're wearing fat laces and you got the tongue hanging out. That's fresh.
Yeah.
That's what it was. That's what it just the whole excitement of it then, because it was so brand new. That's what the part of hip hop that it drew me so quick and why I got so indulged into it. So going back to, like, you know, a lot of the next gen, the new generation coming up. And, in Hawaii and it's hip hop, same thing. To me, I'm a style guy. I'm all about style, whether it's the way you dress, whether it's the way you DJ, whether it's the way you dance. A lot of my turnoffs now is like I turn on, social media, and everybody has that same dance style. No disrespect, they're having fun. But for me, it's impressive, but I'm not impressed because I've seen it. And okay, they took that, they went over and over and over, and now they dance like them. Yeah. That's great. That's cool. Like breakdancing, if you did somebody's move, you'd be considered a biter.
Yep. Yeah.
And that's what totally blows my mind. It's like, it's okay nowadays that they do that.
I do miss that era.
Yeah.
When you had to fight for your props. Yeah. You couldn't copy nobody.
If you copied somebody and you even did that move, they'd be like, he's a biter.
Well, down to a point where you couldn't even dress like them.
Yeah.
Like, it's to a point. And I think, now I'm like an old head, head. You old head, I get it. But that caused you to be, that made you become original.
Yeah.
That forced you, whether you like it or not, is like, okay, if I want to keep coming out to these events, I need to figure out what's me, what's my style, what's my way to dress, what's my way to talk, what's my way to rap, DJ, everything.
Because in the end, that's what's going to separate you from everybody else. Your dance style, your rap style, they come dime a dozen, but then, like when you're scrolling and you really see somebody with some different stuff, that's when you're like, damn, but again, I get it, it's social media, it's where we're at, and that's why I'm thankful that I came up in a period where it wasn't so saturated it wasn't so accessible because maybe I might not have even been a dancer.
Yeah.
Maybe I might not have even gotten into rap.
So no one ever asked you to come back to teach classes or, a lot of these guys.
That's the thing. I don't have patience for being a choreographer because that's where I should have taken it after dancing.
It seems like most likely.
Right. I'm more of, I love freestyle dancing as far as like, being able, like a dance style, not freestyle, like to freestyle music. Just, I'm more of like, I just want to do my thing,
Yeah.
So I leave that for choreographers, but, I always knew at some point I was going to slide into DJing.
Right.
Because I always DJed during my whole, my whole era of being into dancing and whatnot. Because I knew, especially with breakdancing, I knew I could only do it for so long.
Definitely.
It's a young man's sport.
It is. It is.
Not
Skilroy.
Not Skilroy. I know. I was almost knocked on Michael. Not for Skilroy, though, or Mike Dupio.
Yeah.
So, big ups to them, for representing and holding it down and showing,
Well, speaking of dance, you already know the music, the records.
Oh, yeah.
The transitions.
Yeah.
All going through your head and expressing through your body.
Right. And that's the other thing, too, now. Everybody's into, dancing to the music and all that, like, the rhythms of it and stuff. But, again, that's... for me, I'm not really impressed with that, and it's no disrespect to what they're doing or anything. Like those dudes, Les Twins. I mean, dude, those guys they're literally the best crunk dancers I know, but everybody dances like them.
Right.
Like literally the same routines, the same stuff, the same,
Right.
And you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, and big ups to them because, they created that, that wave. But again, for me, what drew me to hip hop was just being original, having your own style, doing everything your own way.
When was the transition from you dancing to DJing?
That was probably because I was already DJing. So going back to, the birth of Hawaii hip hop, just on a quick note to run it through, James Cole's, to me, in my eyes, was our Afrika Bambaataa.
Nice.
Our Cool Herc.
Right.
And, I've told this to him as well. So when I had started going out, I was going to teen dances. I remembered Castle Park, Teen City. And then there was the one in town in the Waikiki Plaza, which was, I want to say Teen City or Teen Palace. One of them, I still get them confused. Those were all the teen dances then. And those were like, popping at its birth. So I know James Coles used to DJ at a bunch of like the teen dances and like sillies and all that. And I remembered I never knew him personally, but every time I would see this dude with the perfect hair, and I told him that, it was with the perfect hair, he looked like a cholo. Exactly.
Yeah.
I thought this guy was literally, I go, this guy's a
Right.
Latino from LA. But every time I saw him, I knew the music was going to be on
Oh,
point.
nice.
It was either him or it was like a bunch of military guys that was running it.
Right.
Okay. And this goes back to like, you know, the popping songs and all that. But every time I would see him, I would always be like, he's going to play
Yeah.
the real stuff. Okay. So, you know, fast forward, Eugene and I lived above Silly's. My roommate, G-Man, he had some turntables and stuff there. So I remembered he didn't like us messing around on it, so he would hide the needles.
Oh, what?
Eugene, right? Okay. He would hide the needles. Eugene would find them.
Yeah.
So he'd hook them up real quick. We practice, you know.
Right, yeah.
We hear Corey coming in. Boom. Hide the needles, you know. Every so often, Eugene forget to put the needles away. Eugene, who's using my turntables? Boom. Long story short, I start getting my skills. So Corey one time hears me, G-Man, he hears me and he goes, bro, you can mix, you know?
Yeah.
Because, you know, I'm dancing. I already get the timing and all.
Yeah.
So fast forward, G-Man started DJing at Silly's when James Cole was telling you about how G-Man had started filling him while he was on the ship.
Yes.
So there were a few times when G-Man couldn't show up. So he tells me, bruh, you can DJ, so you need to cover for me tonight.
So he'd be coming for James. You'd cover for G.
Well, James is already on the ship.
Yeah, he's on the ship.
So when G-Man had already taken it over, he tells me, bro, you got to cover for me tonight. So I'm like, okay, what's going on? He goes, you got to DJ for the all-mail review. I go like this. Ew. I go, no way, bro. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. He goes, bro, what are you talking about? All you got to do, they're going to give you cassette tapes.
Right.
You just play them. It's their songs.
Yeah.
They get one MC. And, brother, this is it. Go get 3 busloads of drunk college girls. I go, what time I got to be there? 200 drunk college girls. Only get like about 9 guys dancing.
Yeah.
You know, hey, the ratio is pretty good, huh?
That's a pretty good ratio now.
No, so I started doing that, and then I had to overlap the Silly's night. So I would DJ at Silly's. So all that time, so the guys that inspired me, fine-tune mixing, to really go with fine-tune mixing was, Manny from Spats,
right.
James Coles. I got to give props to the Wahines. Lisa D and Ahi. They were like pretty much the first known women DJs that I know of.
Wow.
Out here. And they had
like full on in the mix.
Full on in the mix and everything. They was running things in all the clubs and all that.
Wow.
So big props to them because they paved the way as well, you know. So anyways, I honed my mixing skills, okay? And all the meantime, go through my dancing, you know. So I ended up meeting, a bunch of DJs out there. I ended up starting hanging out with this guy named Rob Harris. And he was a DJ. And he used to DJ for, like, the hottest clubs in L.A.
Right.
Black and Blue. He used to DJ at Roxbury. I DJed at Roxbury for 2 years and all that. But I learned, that's where I really honed my DJ skills as far as format. Formats is what's going to separate you as a DJ to everybody else as well. Because if you know, a format can kind of trump a lot of things as far as like, I'm not a battle DJ,
right?
But I can rock any party that you put in front of me, and I ain't afraid against any. If they say go against any guy at a party, whatever, I'll go against anybody. Not a battle DJ, but I can run a party,
right,
of any type.
So format, what is a format?
Format was so like in LA. What I was kind of noticing was like they have like. So ragga hip hop was big then, the ragamuffin hip hop and all that. And in the clubs out there is, especially back then, it wasn't about like they would come and request stuff and, they didn't have phones to hold up, but they wouldn't even request stuff. Everyone went there knowing what type of music was going to be played and that's what they went to hear. you know.
Because then the DJs were the people programming it, telling people what was the next, what was the hot thing.
Exactly. In fact, a lot of the DJ booths, you know as well as I know, even going back to over here, the DJ booths was actually a DJ booth.
Right, yeah.
It was Spats was literally, it looked like a closet with a two-way mirror, the kind they can only see out, they cannot see in.
Right.
And it was their own world.
Yeah.
You know, the crazier thing about it was everybody knew who the DJ was.
Right, right.
You know what I mean? When he came out, people that mattered, I guess, knew who the DJ was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't like they had to be, you know, in front and, you know.
And a lot of times I would go knowing that DJ was almost guaranteed going to play a new record.
Yeah.
For me, I was like, oh, so-and-so, like, you know, DJ Drama. And I remember one time going, Drama, Not King Soul. Who else is there? A bunch of those guys, they'd always play, DJ XL. They would all, I would always go knowing the mixes was going to be flawless.
Yeah.
And they're going to drop like a white label or something that I'd never heard yet.
Yeah. I'd have, when I was DJing at Roxbury, there'd be like chicks standing in line, like, and then they come up to me when I'm in the booth and they're like, oh my God, we're standing in line and we already heard the song you always play, or we only know you play it. And we're already it's going to be a good night.
Right.
I mean, that's a good feeling, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
And, you know, a lot of, you know, if you're a true DJ and you hone your skill and love your craft and everything, you hear that,
right,
you know?
Right.
But, so the formats were like, it kind of tripped me out how like, so they got their old funk set.
Right.
And then they go into like, let's say their little bit of gangster rap.
Okay.
And then they go like a little mainstream, and then they go into their reggae hip hop, and then go into real reggae.
Right.
You know, it's the transitions, the formats.
Right,
not
right,
just,
okay.
You know what I mean? And that's where it was like, oh, damn, you know?
Yeah.
And so me and Rob Harris. So Rob Harris was, remember MTV Awards when they first started it?
Yeah.
There was a guy, a sky surfer on like a snowboard, but spinning upside down.
I think I remember that.
Okay, that was him.
Oh.
So he was pulling out a DJing because he was like, bro, I'm going around the world now. I'm doing all these stunts and everything.
Yeah.
If you can cover for me, you know, or like, you know, I tried to hire him to do some spots that I was kind of doing. And he goes, bro, you got this. Why don't you just do it?
Right.
You know? So my first real DJ gig that I did in LA was called Max. And it was this small bar, dive bar, and it was in Hollywood. And it was a lesbian club, but it was plenty guys were in there. It was a lot of celebrity guys, Wesley Snipes, Belle Biv DeVoe, you know, all these guys used to hang out. Yeah. So I started doing there, and boom. Again, you know, just running my own format.
Right.
Being different, you know. But back then it was a different thing, you know, it was a different game. That's what they went for. You know?
Yeah.
Again, no requests, no.
Right.
Like seldomly, I could literally count like how many times on one hand if there was even a request.
Wow.
But that's a DJ's dream, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But anyway, so I learned it came full circle on my DJing. And the next thing you know, I find myself, I was DJing. I DJ'd for Janet Jackson. I was doing a lot of her private parties.
Wow.
DJ'd Prince's Club.
So a lot of the connections you made from dance actually carried over.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and then, it's pretty much how I got a lot of the connections. So then, I locked in Roxbury. I did Roxbury for 2 years. Sunset Room, Key Club. I mean, you know, when Sunset and like Melrose and Hollywood Boulevard was really, really popping off then. So anyways, going back, you know, how everything kind of came full circle with Hawaii. You know, I knew that in the 90s, there was a whole nother wave of people that took over.
Right.
You know, and that needed to happen because there's a period in like the early to mid 90s that I was coming out to Hawaii for vacation, you know.
Yeah.
And like the music, I mean, considering that we were in the golden era of hip hop and rap, they were stuck onto their really, really mainstream stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so I'd go to like Rini's in Waimalu, and just a lot of the clubs, and they'd play, you know, it wasn't my style, but they played a lot of the donkey music, the donkey donkey butt music. you know, and you know, there was so much good stuff on, and I was
Yeah.
like, why are they just stuck
Right.
on that one? So I started bringing records out every time, you know,
Right.
to do sets and stuff.
Yeah.
And G-Dog from Stone Groovers
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
be one of the guys that would book me a lot.
Oh, nice.
So I would come out, you know, do a lot of things with him. And, you know, at that point, I kind of missed that whole era of when Chinatown actually,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm proud of, you know, hip hop having the staying, you know, value in the new generation, within the new
Right.
generation.
So when you're in LA dancing, I mean, besides your connection with all of the with Slick, Jamal, Eugene, and then the '90s dancing, then transitioning to DJ, did you keep up with what was going on in Hawaii, or did anybody pique your interest that kind of came out of Hawaii, or you just kind of going along?
I was just kind of going along with
Grinding.
it because I know when Jamal and then Eugene had moved back, they kind of took over it. And I remembered hearing of like the Humanakas and all that.
Yeah.
And again, me already knowing how Hawaii is on the skill level,
Yeah.
I already knew Hawaii was there on the rapping. And yeah, I heard you ask the question of like, why do I think like Hawaii hip hop or rap has never really hit it big?
Yeah, that's always a question.
You know, and honestly, I mean, yeah, I really, really thought about that. And you know, I don't know why. I mean, maybe just all it's going to take is that one thing that just clicks, whether a song ends up on a movie or you know what I mean? Or, hey, maybe a song goes viral on TikTok or something.
Yeah.
Maybe that way. I mean, I hate to say it, you know, but just that's how it would have to be nowadays, you know? But yeah, because, you know, everywhere else is hitting, you know, why not? But I guess it's also like, you know, I saw some other forum where, you know, they were just kind of talking about like their birth of rap, and it was only like, you know, how white people, you know, blacks, and then, you know, and it was only that small. And I was like, bro, Filipinos, Japanese have all been there from day one as well.
Oh yeah.
Representing it to the fullest, you know?
Yeah, without Filipinos, I mean,
Right. You know what I mean?
DJing
I'm like,
would not be where it's
DJing,
at. Straight
exactly. Tricks wise, wouldn't even
scratching, tricks,
be.
mixing.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm not saying we're the godfathers of birth of it, but we're like that next tier that took it to the next level.
To the next level, straight up.
Yeah, exactly. You know? So I don't know. Like, just I wish I could figure that out.
Yeah.
But like I say, it's gonna take that one song, that one hit, you know. But and it may have to be like a mainstream type of song. But again, okay, look, as I was saying, how we all sound the same now. So what? Hawaii hip hop songs gonna come out sounding like all the other stuff?
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, we're just gonna listen to stuff from mainland.
Yeah. Why would we?
What's gonna make it different?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? What's gonna make it different? I mean, that's probably where we're at. I mean, if somebody comes out with something that's just fresh and new and crosses over, then it'll put everything else on the map.
Yeah.
You know, but at this point, I try to figure it out now too, because I'm like, you know, we're catching props on the breakdancing aspect of it.
Yeah.
We catch props on DJing aspect of it.
Yep.
Graffiti, enough said. You know,
it's just one element is just missing.
But you know, in the whole hip hop culture, in my own mind, I think the only thing that is kind of went backwards, took steps back, is rapping.
Yes.
But again, because the money gets involved.
Yeah.
But also, you know, money gets involved because everyone just wants to make that quick rap hit, make the money.
Yep.
Okay. Because you look at when history repeats itself in the music.
Right.
There's a golden era of rock. There's a golden era of like, you know, reggae.
Yeah.
You know, so when it all comes out first, boom, it's like, whoa, you know, blows your mind. And look at the golden era of rock. You had Queen going up against Kiss, going up against Led Zeppelin, you know what I mean? You had to come correct.
Yeah.
You know, golden era of reggae. Bob Marley was out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Peter Tosh, you know, all of them, you know, you had to go up against, you know, that kind. You couldn't come out, you know.
Well, what you're saying too is a lot of the artists nowadays they don't like that battle. They don't like that controversy.
No, they don't.
They look at it as more like it's called hater. You're a hater now.
You're a hater, or also they're afraid because they'll get, you know what I mean?
They'll get exposed.
Yeah, exactly.
That they're not the real.
Exactly. You know, that's what it, you know, same thing. When those, you know, rappers first came out, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, Cool J, he would rip you without even saying one bad word.
Yeah.
He'll demolish you. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know, it's they are scared, you know, and that's why you don't get the kind of battles. You know, because like the last real battle was like Eminem and you know, Machine Gun Kelly, and you know that wasn't really, you know, but he's the only one that stood up. Was like, okay, but other than that, everybody else. And again, hip hop, that's what hip hop was.
Yeah.
You know what's wild is when you see like breakdancing on social media like IG and all that, and you see this dude bust this crazy move, like blows your mind.
Right.
What's even more wild about that is there's another guy standing on the other side that's so determined that he's gonna take that move out.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what's even wild.
Yeah.
You know, when you see somebody bust just like a freaking head spin that's just, you know, there's a guy waiting to go to beat that.
At least do one more rotation.
Right.
Right.
You know
I'm gonna one up that.
Yeah, to beat that. So, you know, that's what I do love about that. It brings out the best in you. It brings out the competition, but in a positive way.
Well, that's what I think about with why breaking has gone so far, has never died.
Yeah.
Because they embrace the battle.
Exactly. That's
and
what
the battle,
it is.
It causes them to be better. And it pushes the B-boy culture even further.
Yeah.
Unlike MCing, it's regressed big time. Rather than facing the war head on, they're like, nah, we'll just go back and
No, and again, breakdancing, I mean, you can't front on that.
Yeah.
You cannot front on those skills.
Said that.
You cannot front. You cannot. You know what I mean? You cannot.
Yeah.
So the moment that I literally got almost teary-eyed, that I had a moment,
right,
was when I was in Vegas, and on the billboard, I see Jabberwockies.
Yeah.
That's where I'm like, wow, I cannot believe.
Right.
Where breakdancing, popping, all this has come. And then to even take it a step further, breakdancing in the Olympics next year.
Yeah.
Next 2024.
Yeah.
Actually, this year.
This year, France.
Right. So breakdancing is going to be the Olympics, man. They have no idea it's about to take over.
And that's the thing is like, it still never lost the essence and the roots of
No. That's what I'm saying. In all the aspects of hip hop, graffitiing has went next level. DJing, next. You know what I mean? Breakdancing.
Yeah.
Right. You go to rapping and it's like, you know what I mean? It's, you know, and there is like the real stuff out there.
Oh, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot.
You know,
there's a lot.
The Kendricks, the J. Cole's,
you know what I mean? Even deeper cuts than
yeah.
that.
We can go even deeper
people
on that.
I don't want people to think that, these guys don't know. We know.
Yeah, we know.
We're just saying that in general for what we see on the surface.
What represents hip hop at this moment
and why
right now?
Hawaii has yet to have that breakthrough. You know
but at least Hawaii is still on that real path of it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So, because like I said, there's a period when I would come back out and I felt it was slipping off.
Right.
But they came right back on.
Yeah.
And thanks to all the guys like in the 90s that took over and all that.
Yeah.
Boom. You know what I mean? It's, you know, I was holding it down in LA out there, you know.
Oh, definitely.
It felt good when a few guys told me when they said, when they would hear of stuff we were doing and all that, they were like rooting for us because they felt they were being represented by us.
Oh, yeah.
You know, by like me and Eugene and all that.
I root for anybody from Hawaii that's doing it and with integrity.
Yeah.
Mostly integrity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's some guys that got famous for songs that I don't co-sign or I don't like.
Yeah.
And you know, that one I leave it for I started understanding through maturity that wasn't made for me.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, you know, you can make a song or be an artist and like I have, you know.
Yeah. And you know, again, as you get older too, you learn to you still give them props.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But again, it's like what I say, it's like I'm at a period now where I don't get impressed so easily, and I don't mean it in a mean sense or a maka sense. It's just, you know, when you get everybody that gets older can say that, you know what I mean? Because we really done seen it over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
We pretty much seen everything. How many times are we going to hear them talk about the same stuff in rapping, cars, money, women? Right. I mean, it's been literally, you know what I mean? It's, and I get it. Again, I get it. It's not that I hate it, right. It's not for me already. But again, I'm like, bring me something that's innovative, right. that, that I'm not going to waste my 2 minutes of my life on, you know? Give me something
shorter,
worthwhile.
1.5 minutes, maybe.
I know, yeah. Now they don't even do long songs anymore because they're scared.
Waste my 1 minute of my life.
They're scared they're going to lose it. No, but again, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm proud of where Hawaiʻi stands on their hip hop culture. A lot of good people, a lot of, enthusiastic people taking it to the next level. I see all the breakdancing events and all that. All these DJ events, all the graffiti events, Yeah, I'm proud. I'm proud of Hawaii. And, even when I would talk about people in Hawaii, in LA, and certain things I would see, I'm like, wow, man, if we brought these guys out from Hawaii, or if, when we were doing our stuff then, we'd kill it out here. We'd really, a lot of these guys should make the move.
Yeah, they should,
But, as far as where we stand now, I think we're in a good spot right now. I think we know where we need to take it is, we need to get that rapping,
right,
in there. So
that's feels like that's the last.
All you rappers, brother, come on.
Yeah, let's go. So let's end off like this. What would you consider your biggest accomplishment and your message for Hawaii hip hop in general?
I mean, my biggest accomplishment, obviously taking my dancing where I went, being from Hawaii, being at that period, not having the easy access and, not having it so easy as far as like learning from certain things, literally doing everything all on my own. And just kind of, taking a jump and just doing it. But, right now where I'm feeling my biggest accomplishment that is yet to come is doing things like this, being able to educate, the next generation, being able to share my stories of where it started, our grind, and things we had to get through to, keep it going. That's my accomplishment isn't done yet.
Right.
And that's just what it is. That's why I was so eager to come on this show.
Right.
Because I have all these exciting stories that may never, ever come out.
Right.
You know what I mean? So this is where we're at. This is part of it right here. You know what I mean? And that's why, man, I told you, I said, I'm your Huckleberry, bro. Bring me on here.
Yeah.
I get stories. And you know what? There's so many things that I forgot to probably mention and probably say. And tonight I'm going to be like, oh, man.
I should have said that.
Right. But hey, maybe we can do this again another round,
And then one parting shot for the next generation of Hawaii hip hop. What's a parting shot you got for the...
Parting shot is, if you're going to do something like seriously, you got to live it. You got to eat it. You got to breathe it. Because if you're not practicing and you're not at home doing your thing, somebody else is. And they're going to be that much hungrier, that much better, and they're going to take it. So again, if you're going to do it, try to create your own style. Do what's going to separate you from the others, and again, you gotta live it. You gotta eat it. It's nice to have it as a hobby, but if you're going to really be the best at it, you gotta be hungry for it.
Yep. And that's it. That's the longest two-parter ALANUI MELE on PBS Hawaii with Kevin the Catalyst and my special guest, Harold Too Swift.
Peace, everybody.
Enanoria. Peace.